Opie is here, and his show starts now.
Oh, my God, wow. I love that song. Everyone in this studio is in a very good mood right off the bat. There you go. The Spinners and Rubber Band Man. I forgot that it was a cold out there, so there you go.
I just looked at my Snapchat that I just did of all of us. We are the whitest guys listening to the funkiest.
Tragically
music.
Caucasian.
Tragically white.
I did an Instagram story while that was playing. So, I love that song.
Felipe Wynn, the late, great Felipe Wynn. That's the singer's name.
Okay.
It felt a lot cooler than it looked on the playback. It felt really
I wasn't paying
cool.
attention. My eyes were closed. I was just enjoying
That's always the case, though, right?
Yeah, Vic was singing, and
I know most of the
Opie
words.
had his eyes closed, was dancing. Yeah, it's on my Snapchat. It's at Craig Gass Comedy, 2 S's. At Craig Gass Comedy on Snapchat.
I'm not afraid
to
share dance for bad posture.
I can't really take credit for that song, though. I listen to Brother Weeze in the morning. Now that I don't do mornings, I get to listen to other people do it. And, I listen to him online. He's my mentor. He's everything to me. And they played that as bumper music today. And I was like, oh, fuck. We're starting the show with that one today.
We had a weird moment where Opie said, do you guys, it was bouncing around ideas for songs. And he said, what was the song you wanted to play? And I said, Van Halen, Drop Dead Legs. He goes, no, I'm thinking like soul. Do you guys like soul? And I go, the Spinners.
There you go.
And he goes, are you looking at what I'm looking at? And I go, no, I'm just saying the Spinners, like Rubber Band Man. He goes, you're watching my phone. I go, I didn't look at your phone.
Because I had it on my phone to play, like, what do you think of this one for today?
And it's the same song I was thinking of.
Psychic hookup for real?
It was a weird, but I don't know much about old R&B and soul. I just know that song from the movie Stripes.
If you don't know, if you don't have the Spinners' greatest hits, you're a pile of shit.
There's your bumper.
Thank you, Vic.
There's your bumper.
That's an easy.
You're listening to Opie Radio. If you don't have the Spinners' greatest hits, you're a pile of
fucking idiot.
That would make a great liner. You're a pile of shit.
Jesus Christ.
It's some lasers.
If Vic ever runs for office, it's going to be Vic Henley once said, if you don't like the Spinners, you're a pile of shit.
Pew, 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 on your home of rock and roll. Do you do radio voices? Do you do like station voices?
I have in the past.
No,
yeah.
I mean as the goof.
Oh, as a radio, like, all right, you're listening to Rock 101.
Yeah, that type of shit.
Yeah. Nah, it's easy to do. It's easy to do.
Anyone can do it.
Yeah. But
I got to say, we did a little lunch today before the show, and I'm hooking up Brother Weeze with Craig Gass. So I sent Weeze a text. You know why he called? Because the text auto-corrected, and it said, ready for this? Hey, Weeze, can I give Craig Gass your money? Your money. Your money. And it was supposed to say your phone number, or your number, whatever. And all of a sudden my phone starts ringing. And Weeze's like, what do you mean you're going to give him my money? I'm like, oh, fuck.
You just went through a health scare.
Reparations.
You mind if I, when you kick it, can I give this guy your money?
This autocorrect gets me in trouble all the time. Because I just assume I'm typing it right, or, and then all of a sudden I send it out. I'm like, what the fuck? This doesn't even make sense to the people.
Yeah.
What's up, Vic Henley?
I'm all Spinner-fied. I'm feeling good.
I'm still bouncing.
Yeah, I know. No kidding. I just want to play like there's like 8 more songs you could go to. They were I think in England they already had the Spinners, so they were called the Detroit Spinners over there.
Oh.
Same song, same success. Everybody knows a lot of
That's why.
But they already had the Spinners.
Because I was looking it up today, and I saw Detroit Spinners doing Rubber Band Man.
Same thing, same band. They already had the Spinners in England, yes.
I had no fucking idea.
I busted that out at a party in Edinburgh. I had a whole bunch of 70s with Stevie Wonder and the Spinners and Temptations, a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah. And they were all like, the British people informed me of that when I was at this club.
Wow. Yeah. That's very, very interesting.
I love Vic on this show because he knows everything about everything.
No.
He downplays it, too. He would do this guy would do very well on Jeopardy.
I've been getting killed the past 3 nights. I've been watching home. I had the pencil out the other night, and I've been getting murdered.
What do you mean the pencil out?
I'll actually keep score with how many I get right out of the 30. Yes, out of the 30 questions. There's 30 questions in each round. around.
I'm great at Sudoku.
So, are you really?
Oh, I'm great at it.
I can't figure that out to save my life. No,
it's so easy.
I also those pictures that you're supposed to stare at and eventually see something. Remember those?
I never get those.
I never got not one time ever.
And I get frustrated because my friends go,
too.
whoa, whoa, and I'm like, come on, is it really happening?
Yeah, magic eye photos.
I always thought they were tricking me. I never got it one time.
You could do that with bathroom tiles too, you know.
If you're on shrooms.
No, man. Try with next time you're at a urinal and you got tiles in front of you.
Okay.
Work your eyes like you're looking at the magic eye photos, and all of a sudden it will blow your mind. Right. Like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Is this why the hillbillies are always seeing Elvis and Jesus in the toilet?
Yeah. All of a sudden, a lovely 3D is right in front of your face.
Right. I was commiserating with Vic, too, because I know he's a big radio guy as well, and there's been a lot of radio shows that I've been to who have talked about Vic. Oh, yeah, we love having Vic on the show. And one of them was a show that I tried so hard because they had a big audience, and I thought, oh, they got a big audience. I'm going to... Yeah. This will be awesome for me. And it was the Bob and Tom show, and I swung and missed 3 times in a row. I just couldn't click with their audience. And the way they do their show is different than any other. They still do more of an old school style of radio where they want you to come in with bits and just do your bits on the air.
Nope.
And Vic was telling me that, is it okay to say this on the air?
Oh, sure, man. Oh, God.
Okay. I thought I was putting you on the spot.
I told him, no, because
I felt like an asshole for a second.
I got away with a lot for a long, long time. The first thing I did on a phone call before I ever did the show sitting in the studio with him, I said fuck on the air right off the bat.
Good for you.
And they had
straighten them right out.
And they're going, hey, we're on the air. And they're laughing and chuckling and all. I'm like, yeah, like you're really fucking on the air. And I said like 3 more times.
Right.
And turned out that was all on the air. And then they actually did not get mad and thought it was funny. So I dodged that bullet. Yeah. And then I was on for a whole bunch of years. And then they started this guy. They had a guy that was like an actor improv guy, and he would do characters for them. And he created this character, and it was who later on went on tour with him. The guy was real popular. It was Donnie Baker.
Okay.
But I don't think he was a stand-up, or if he was like an improv or something. But one of the first times he's trying this thing, which became a long-term thing, I'm in the studio and they have him call in, and it's just so goddamn awful. I'm shitting all over it immediately. I'm like, I can't believe we're just looking at each other. Somebody hang up on this jackass.
He thinks it's a caller.
I think it's a real person.
Vic
I'm
thinks
so
it's
stupid.
a caller.
I don't know that they're floating a whole new thing.
Oh, it was
and they're giving me the cut sign, and they're all, and I don't know why we're making the cut sign or why we're acting like this is awkward. This is delete. Yeah. Get this fucker off the air now.
Goddamn awful.
This is horrible.
And they probably were paying on their bit.
They were probably paying good money for the guy.
God, the guy, I'm telling you, it became, he had characters on the show before that, and then the Donnie Baker thing became a long-running thing and was real popular. And
I take pride in 2 things. Never paying for a fucking radio bit like all these other assholes, and then making believe it was their idea or their thing for their morning show. And secondly, not allowing comedians to do their material on the air.
Yeah.
If it comes out naturally, that's one thing, but when you say, hey, good afternoon or whatever, and they go right into their bit.
Well, that's why I told Craig, I'm Prick. Tell us about that pache you had at the party the other night.
I remember. That's why we didn't want comedians on the show. I've told this many times, but when we were in Boston, we were offered a lot of comedians right off the bat. And the guys who were being offered, I don't even remember their names anymore. They would come in and do their bits. And I would look at Anthony like, this stinks. If these guys are, quote, funny, they could just hang and be funny, hopefully. And then finally, when we came to New York, you can't really avoid comedians. And we were lucky enough to get the guys that knew just to come in and just hang and be funny. Yeah, and then we embraced the comedians.
That show, Bob and Tom, that's their format that works.
If it works, whatever. I just couldn't do that.
It evolved to that, though. They started out in the early days. They sat around and shot the shit just like we're doing right now. And then as the success of having comedians more and more often became big for them, they started going like they wanted to go late night talk show panel where the comic doesn't do a set, where he actually comes over and sits down on panel, and Johnny Carson would lead you into tell us about that Waffle House you went to last week.
And their show, in a 4-hour show, is about 2.5, 3 hours of comics doing their material. So they rely on comics.
But they were selling out 2,000 seat theaters. They could go on tour. They didn't even have to show up. I mean, it was a good bread and butter thing for them for 20-something years.
Look, if it works for you, great. I just knew I could never go down that road to that extent. If it happens a little bit here and there, whatever, that's fine.
I just love stories like Vic's story about being oblivious to what was going on and stepping in shit and not knowing. One of my favorite stories was there's a rock DJ guy that I knew in Tucson. Went to a concert, a Megadeth Armored Saint concert in Tucson. Armored Saint is the opening act, and this is 25 years ago. Armored Saint was a metal band whose guitarist, who wrote all the music, finds out he's got cancer. He's got a few months to live, and he dies before they get their big tour with Megadeth. And on his deathbed, he tells the band, guys, you gotta go. This is what we've dreamed of. Don't worry. Find a replacement, man. This has been our dream. You guys got Megadeth. Go do the tour. You gotta do the tour without me. So they go on tour. They bury their guitar player and they go on tour and they get to Tucson and this radio guy, his name was Scary Larry, was his on-air name.
Scary Larry, what? Yeah.
Scary Larry is waiting.
In the morning. I bet you his voice wasn't scary at all.
Scary Larry, great guy, is standing outside the dressing room door, and the tour manager comes out and goes, are you Scary Larry? And he goes, yeah. He goes, all right, the guys are ready for you. Come on in. And he goes, guys, this is Scary Larry. And Scary Larry walks in the middle of the dressing room and goes, hey, guys. Fuck, who died? The tour manager grabbed him and goes, the guy just get out of here. He read about it. He had no idea. He just looked around the room and went, fuck, who died? What's going on with you assholes?
He should change his name to Outrageous Larry.
I love stories like that. So when Vic shares that story, it's like, I love stories like that where they don't know what they're walking into.
I can't remember right now because, God, if you gave me a day, I could come up with all sorts of names. But when these radio guys have those names that don't match their voice, it drives me nuts.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Right? Like Scary Larry. I guarantee he never did anything scary on his radio show.
There might have been something that happened where maybe like, oh, you're scary, maybe that stuck or something. I actually remember meeting a girl, like I was such a fan of radio that I would go to station events, and every once in a while they put me on a microphone and let me do like Sam Kinison or something, and I'd be like, oh, this is on the radio. And in my mind, I'm like, there's millions of people listening. Yeah. And at some station event, some girl, I was shocked, was like, hey, do you want to hang out? And I was like, sure. And then she took me out to a bar, bought me a bunch of drinks. We went back to her place, and she had sex with me and got me hammered. And I'm starting to pass out in her bed when she goes, can I ask you something? And I said, yeah. And she goes, so why do they call you Scary Larry? And I don't know. Like at the time, I was drunk and tired, and I looked at her and I went, I'm not Scary Larry. And I turned over and went to sleep.
Yeah,
and,
right on. That's funny.
I thought you were going to say that she was going to ask you to do the Kinison voice for you.
Yeah, no. She had no idea who I was.
Sam Kinison?
No, I
thought he was Scary Larry.
I thought she was attracted to me. But she thought I was Scary Larry.
All right, so here we go. And I got to acknowledge I have a horrible name. I mean, I was nicknamed Opie when I was 12, 13 years old, and it stuck. I know I have a dumb, stupid radio name.
You didn't make it up for radio. It was you before when you were a kid.
I wanted to be...
It's your real nickname.
There was a time I just wanted to be Greg Opie Hughes. And I actually would
still try to blend it.
I would do shifts as Greg Opie Hughes. And then I had a PD, Stan Main in Rochester. He's like, actually, let me tell you something. Greg Hughes is actually a very good radio name. It's very easy and quick and, and kind of boring, which they like in general for radio names. And then he's like, but Opie's a good radio name as well. You got to pick one if you're going to continue doing shifts at this station. And at that moment, I said, all right, fuck it. I'll just go as Opie. So I don't know if it was a good idea these many years later.
My good friend Doug Johnson, he's Eddie Fingers in Cincinnati.
See, that's not that bad.
Well, they already had the Doug Johnson. He was just going to be. He graduated from UD and was in a broadcasting thing, got a job, and they already had a Doug Johnson. So they told him they were going to name him something if he couldn't pick anything. They were just going to put something on him to the wacky morning crew that he was working with first in his career, and he couldn't think of anything. And he came in, and they're like, "Okay, you're either Marty Bender or you're Eddie Fingers." And so he picked Eddie Fingers. God. Marty Bender is still Bob and Tom's producer to this day.
Really? I forgot the PD.
To tie it all the way back full circle.
And the PD would give you your radio name in a lot of cases.
Yeah, that's what happened.
And if they fired one guy, they would bring in the new guy and just give him his name.
And I did not know that.
Oh yeah,
so Squirrel Boy could be 2 or 3 people.
Of course, and then the audience would be calling like, "Hey man, what's wrong with your voice?"
Wow.
They would never acknowledge the original Squirrel Boy got fired.
Kept going.
So with that said, Lewis just found something on Crave Online. Worst DJ names in the country. Could you go to the top of the list again? It starts with, so you got Big Boy from Power 106 in Los Angeles. That's not that bad.
He's a real popular guy, too.
Scorch, we all know Scorch. And yes, it is that Scorch. When he used to work at Rock 101 in New Hampshire, I worked with Scorch at WAAF. I don't think that one's that bad as well. Country Joe, I don't think that's bad. Strawberry. Pup Dog, Wingnut.
I know a million way worse than any of these I'm seeing.
Yeah, Jed the Fish, Full Metal Jackie. Oh, boy. Albie Silk, I guess. Spaz, Roadkill.
There's a few Spazzes in the country.
We had a Spaz back in the day at NEW.
There's only one Spaz, and that's in Meatballs, Bill Murray.
All right. Roadkill.
Yeah.
There's Roadkill with you. Brad the Fat Guy, Vezi Parmesan, Doug the Slug, DJ Sour Milk, Man Cow.
Oh, yeah.
Boy Toy Jesse, Bubba the Love Sponge. I didn't mind the name Bubba the Love Sponge. That's different enough, right?
Yeah.
He's not the most wonderful guy in the world, but I didn't mind his name. Ramiro, the freaking Puerto Rican. And finally, Pimp with the Limp. Not the greatest list.
My favorite, Craven Moorhead.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I actually checked into hotels as Craven Moorhead. Before they would, there was a time where they didn't ask for ID when you would check into hotels. And you could check into a hotel, give them a name, and I would check in under Craven Moorhead, Jim Page, or Bob Plant. And they wouldn't ask for ID if you had enough money. And I didn't have a credit card, so I put down a $25 deposit, and then you could do whatever you wanted in the room.
I used to go with Larry Fine. That's Larry.
Oh, nice.
That's Larry.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
But I'd go with Larry Fine, or sometimes Mel Blanc. They still wouldn't even pick up on that one.
I always liked getting those names from rock star buddies. What names they used to check into hotels.
Yeah.
And there was always they'd always have cool names like Louis Cypher. I knew one guy who would check into hotels as Skip N. Biguini. Skip N. Biguini. I love stuff like that.
Just so stupid.
Yeah, just some dumb names.
Buster Hyman.
Yeah, Buster Hyman or whatever.
All right, let me go to Frank in the Bronx. Frankie, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, gentlemen?
All right.
What's up? I just want to shoot, first of all, Gymnasium's a good name, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Gymnasiums.
Yesterday's show was one of the best shows you've had in a long time. Between Chad and how you doing, and then Godfrey being a retard, and you got Craig over there. I mean, it was one of the greatest shows ever. Yesterday.
That's one of the most fun radio moments I've ever had in my life.
Which
hanging out with Gilbert.
Dueling Gilberts?
Oh, Gilbert was like...
Did you get to do? You got to.
Sure. I don't know why, but Vic, I missed a beat on a joke and there was no reaction, so I just added sure. And Gilbert nailed that and said, "Oh, I'm going to start adding that to the end of my jokes now." And then he started doing all his own jokes that you're familiar with, but adding sure.
What made that great? Craig is imitating Gilbert Gottfried. Then Gilbert Gottfried started imitating Craig Gass doing Gilbert Gottfried. And then Bert Kreischer reached out to us and said it's one of the funniest things he has seen on the internet.
That was the coolest thing.
That's a kudo right there.
Yeah, we put the video together. It's up there. It's just Craig and Gilbert going back and forth with the jokes. It's amazing.
I'm such a Bert Kreischer fan. I loved that he put that out there. That's the coolest, most flattering thing to have a comic.
He's awesome.
Say something like that.
Back in the day, Gilbert would walk on at Catch a Rising Star when Belzer would host and start imitating Belzer, and you'd get dueling Belzers.
Really?
And we'd all run in from the bar because they didn't do it that much, but they knew every now and then if Belzer was hosting and Gilbert was in the right mood, he would do it. And we would just sit out at the bar waiting for Gilbert to hit the showroom, and he was like, "Oh, he's going to do it!" And then we would run in there and watch him do dueling Belzers, which was fucking hilarious.
And once again, when he's in here, he's very engaged, and you feel like and you feel like you're getting somewhere with him. And we did. I'll pat my. I mean, the show was amazing yesterday,
of course.
But this 1 hour was just off the fucking hook. How I'll say it. How great it was, right?
Well, of course.
We go to commercial, and we all go to the bathroom, all excited, like we couldn't wait to get back in here to continue that vibe.
And he couldn't wait to leave.
And we come in. And he's got his coat on. I'm like, where you going, Gilbert? And now he's distracted like he was never here. And then he picks up a book bag that did it weigh 30 pounds?
I didn't notice the book bag. Opie said
he already checked out. That was it.
He was done with us. He was done with us.
Gone.
Like I said, I thought we were actually bonding and having a moment that will last.
No.
I know.
I
get tricked every time, though, is what I'm saying.
So Gilbert and Morgan Spurlock are your kryptonite.
No, Morgan. Oh, fuck. You had to say it.
Two things that really stood out to me were the fact that bag, he could have had, like, chopped up women's bodies in there. And then the other part was how he said he hates to fly because he doesn't like to buy fucking tickets. That's the fucking problem.
Oh, that's right.
And really, his whole problem with flying is just the purchasing of a ticket.
Yeah, and he also gets checked. He's one of these guys. They always pull offline and they check him. And we were like, that's really ridiculous. They do that to you. But then after we saw the book bag, I'm like, of course they're going to pull you aside. Right. And he wouldn't tell us what was in the book bag. Which
There's
was
a
creepy.
weird move that he did.
Small Filipino boy.
He hit it when I noticed it.
So Opie says, "Wait a minute. What the? Did you notice that bag? What the fuck is in that bag?" And it looks really heavy.
Why is it wiggling?
And the door opens up. Gilbert is standing in the doorway, and Opie says, "What's in the bag?" And Gilbert puts the bag down out of sight and walks in the studio and says, "Oh, nothing." And he leaves it outside.
And then, like, awkwardly laughs.
Yeah.
And I was actually more like, what's in the bag? What's in the bag?
It smells like citrus.
Filipino kid in his underwear throwing firecrackers.
Oh, my God. And Craig was the one that pointed out that
he went boogie nights.
The thing was so heavy that it was being stretched out.
Well, you know.
And then he hauls this thing down. He was pretty much dragging it down the hall, but would not tell us what was in it.
Didn't have wheels on it.
And then when I told him that his car was not going to make it, oh, boy, that set him off, because he's not a guy that likes to walk or jump in the subway.
It was that day that Opie discovered his friend Gilbert was a child murderer.
Yeah,
great job. Listen, great job, boys.
All right.
Thanks, man.
It was this mystery, and then I asked Gilbert. I had heard a story from several people, and usually when you try to call somebody out on their bullshit, they'll go, "Oh no, that's not the. Here's what the real story is." And he owned up to the story. I'm sure you've heard that he likes to stop into Caroline's, and they'll say, "Oh, Gilbert, you want to go on stage?" "Nah, I thought I'd grab something to eat."
Yep.
And then he'll order a ton of food, and they'll go, "Really? You want that much food?" "Yeah, put it in a to-go box."
Yep.
And they go, "Here you go." He's like, "All right, thank you." And then he'll walk out. And
I've witnessed it.
You saw it?
I've seen it happen.
When you were performing there?
Oh, yeah. I've been like hosting a show, and I'm like, you look over, and there he is standing outside the kitchen. I'm like, what's he doing over there? And like, oh, he does this all the time.
Really?
Wow.
And then sure enough, here they come out with a couple of grocery wings, cheeseburgers, a whole bunch of stuff.
for Gilbert.
That's what I said. Good for him. I mean,
I absolutely love that he now does this radio show, but man, to actually officially connect with him, I don't think that's ever going to happen.
No one has ever.
Well,
I can't believe he's married and has kids.
Well, right.
It's amazing.
Vic, I'll tell you what we discussed before we went on the air. Is I said, "Hey, did you notice that Gilbert's on TMZ today actually being somewhat somber talking about Alan Thicke?" It's a weird video. Did you see it yesterday?
No.
And he's actually being somewhat somber and reflective of his friend. He said, "I was really close to him," and he actually looked serious. And I said, "Opie, why don't you walk him down that path? Let's get him to be serious, and then let's tease him for not being the normal Gilbert Gottfried."
That's great.
And then I'll jump in and do his job.
See?
But we could never, every time I asked him, I said, "So were you close to him?" He goes, "You know, I mean, sure." And I said, "Are you going to go to his funeral?" He said, "If they pay for my plane ticket."
Okay, you got a little Gilbert there already.
Like, all right, and we're trying to get him to be emotional,
but
and he's not.
Do it.
So I finally just jumped in and started doing Gilbert in the middle of it. But yeah, here's the video of him on TMZ.
He was very, very down.
It's weird. I've never seen Gilbert talk like this, and we couldn't get this guy to show up in the studio.
We almost got there.
Yeah, it was.
No, I don't think we did.
It was getting kind of close, and then you
want to hear a little of this?
Did you see him on Celebrity Apprentice? They could lure a little bit of that.
I never let dry skin ruin my day.
Commercial.
Oh,
Shaq with the fucking commercial. But he's actually. I've never seen this side of Gilbert. You know, when you see Gilbert off stage, he's a completely different person. He's very quiet, but I've never seen him actually show any emotion. And this is him kind of showing some emotion.
Yeah. And, All right. Play this out. Of course it doesn't work after that great setup. Holy fuck. It's just staring at us.
It's the new Opie Radio show.
It's not on pause.
Sparing no expense.
Sure.
A lot of people saying what was in Gilbert's bag. I'm telling you, he would not let us know what was in that. It was really heavy, though. What the fuck could it have been?
A couple Asian kids, a couple Jews. Sure. Yes.
Maybe it was the Ark of the Covenant from Oak Island.
Special episode tonight.
It's fuck. And then somebody was telling me they had a marathon. Go fuck yourself.
You know, I told you I switched to hunting Hitler.
Yeah.
I switched up. Somebody suggested that I go that way, so I went that way.
It's got to be the same exact bullshit.
It's a lot of
teasing.
teasing.
Not going to find anything.
A lot of teasing, you know.
What's Hunting Hitler? Was the premise?
He escaped and he made it to South America and was planning like the Fourth Reich and all this stuff, but then just couldn't get it all together.
Really? And that's a documentary?
It's a series on History Channel.
And they're hunting to see if this could be possible.
It's based on a book that was written about the same thing, kind of, sort of. But,
so it's just hours and hours of them dangling a carrot.
Yeah, so is Oak Island, so is, Al Capone's vault, so is the Mad Dutchman mine out in Arizona, Lost Dutchman.
Vic is usually good at turning me on to things, but this Oak Island.
I ruined him. It's not good. No pain.
And then I binge watched it and everything. And they found one coin.
No,
we've done this bit too many times. I understand, but it drives me nuts.
People are getting angry.
You were here for Alan Thicke's.
I was here screaming at Florentine and him were going back and forth, and I was sitting over there. I was sitting where Craig was sitting. I was laughing. You can hear me laughing wonderfully. He smelled so good and he looked so good.
That was only like September 11th.
I know.
I think it was September 11th or 12th that he was in here. That was right
Jim
around
put
the
it
corner.
up on Jim put it up on something. Yeah. Somebody told me.
I'd never seen it until yesterday when I was in studio. We have Gilbert?
You think we got it now?
Okay,
all right, let's go backwards to the Lewis.
Sensitive
Sorry, thank you to
Gilbert.
Lewis. Yes, exactly. Go.
All right, guys, how's it going, Gilbert? What's going on? I wish, of course, we were meeting under better circumstances, but it's basically out that Alan Vic passed away.
Oh, yeah. It's funny because nobody busted Alan Vic's ass more than I have over the years. Because I was a regular on Vic of the Night.
Sure.
And, and I always made fun of him with the, Mama don't need the name.
Yes.
But then he was doing a show called Hope and Gloria.
Sure.
He asked me on that. I did a guest spot.
Yes.
I invited him on my podcast.
Recently, a few weeks ago, right? Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't that long ago.
Sure.
And then we did a Crazy Wife Swap episode together. That was a lot of fun seeing him. I was just checking my phone, and there it was, and I still can't quite believe it. And my sympathy to his wife, who I was on Wife Swap with, of course.
Sympathy.
And his children. He had a real sense of humor about himself. That's what I like most. I could bust his ass all the time, but he had a sense of humor. Like, he used to call himself, he used to say, well, I'm the affordable William Shatner. Mm-hmm. And it was like, yeah, and he was fine with that. I do an Alan Thicke imitation. First of all, it started with Thicke of the Night, where he wrote and performed the theme song.
Most
and
people
that
watching
went
this
as follows.
15, 16 years old.
Mama, you need the light on the road tonight. Everyone needs a dream to hold on. I'm gonna make it on my own, running in the thick of the night.
I don't know.
I'm just remembering the bad song now. That's hilarious.
Oh, he played it yesterday.
Oh, God.
And that version is pretty accurate to the original.
That's what I was chuckling.
God.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. Let me say hi to Ed. Ed, what's going on? Where are you calling from, Ed?
Hey, Opie, I'm calling from Baltimore.
Nice. What's going on?
I called you last week about Shock the Monkey at Letterman.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Hey, Vic and Craig, I was just calling to say I loved yesterday's show. Craig, you totally killed it. And the best line was when you guys were talking about Cosby, and then Gilbert said, when you make a Chinese girl come and she goes, hey, 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 like Fat Albert. That was freaking hilarious. Never heard anything like that in my life.
Gilbert shared, he said everybody knew that Cosby was fucking tons of women. And then he shared a story working on the Cosby Show. Wasn't it Gilbert that said that there was an hour set aside of every day for filming, that there was 1 hour set aside for Bill to teach comedy to young Asian women?
Oh, wow.
An hour.
A niche. Yeah. I've heard of those classes. I didn't know they got that specific.
Vic could never sign up for it.
That's why I'm not funny to this day.
Thank you, Ed. Appreciate you listening, buddy. All right.
Take it easy.
We got Artie coming in today, too. Artie Lange. I think he's on his way.
Love Artie.
I was here last for Gandhi Rat. Do you remember that one?
Oh, my God. Gandhi Rat was
Morgan
amazing.
Spurlock was here talking about rats. I know. But by the way, there's a rat epidemic in Paris. I saw that in the New York Times earlier today.
What makes it an epidemic?
I don't know. I just saw the big headline like Paris rat thing at a 100-year high or something crazy.
Come on.
But I thought of Morgan Spurlock when he was in here talking about the rat documentary that he did, and Artie was here too. And then there's this temple in India where they don't kill the rats. They let them just run rampant.
Okay.
And we're showing footage of that, and that's spurned Artie into doing What If Gandhi Came Back because of reincarnation. and he was just yelling all the things that Gandhi would say and all this.
Awesome.
I cannot believe it. It's on. Awesome. He put it on. Opie put it on one of the channels or something.
I got it on my YouTube channel.
God Almighty, it's just like the Gilbert thing yesterday when y'all were, I got to see that because it reminded me y'all talking about it when he did the Gandhi rap.
Yeah, he wouldn't let it go.
Yeah, he wouldn't let it go.
Which
was
great.
Fucking hilarious.
I think it might have ruined our interview with Morgan Spurlock, but we didn't care.
We didn't care.
We didn't care.
He probably got steamrolled entirely, and it was gold.
Knowing that he was going to fuck me over with that chicken restaurant and kale chips, now I don't care.
You know what? I heard the aftermath of that, but I didn't hear the detail. What in short order was the deal with the chicken? He came in.
We can't do this again.
No,
we can't do this.
He's mad
again.
that he tricked him. Is all.
Yeah,
I'm just mad I got tricked because I've known the guy for a long time. If he said, "Hey man, you want to help me out with this thing? I'm pulling a fast one, over on a lot of people for a documentary," I would have been in. Fuck yeah, I like fucking with people.
But he just plugged something on the air.
He plugged that he was going into the chicken business and opening a restaurant, the first one in Columbus. I go, Columbus, that's weird. He goes, no, I'm going to franchise this thing, but it's a test market. We're going to start there.
Which it is. Columbus is a big test market.
He said at the time, I think it'd be great to look it up. He did say it was going to be just like a pop-up test thing. That was also a clue.
But he said he raised his own chicken.
Oh yeah, he had a hook, line, and sinker.
And then he said, I go, well, something about French fries. He goes, nah, we're not going to do French fries. We're going to do kale chips. And I want to beat the shit out of him over that. But I've known this guy for a long time. I'll let him be. And that should have been my sign that he was up to no good.
And it was the old prankerini.
And what is the prank? He's getting people in there to do what?
To see if he could he put a lot, if you read the labeling on a lot of this stuff, it just tells you how the chickens have gotten monster big in the past 50 years. Yeah. And so he's trying to expose all the hormonal stuff in all the chickens. So he's created this fake restaurant. But if you read the labels and the things, it actually should put you off.
Right.
But America likes chicken so much, he's just going to watch everybody storm in there and eat the chicken
and he documents
and miss the point
we don't know how it's going to come out on the other side, but it certainly is going to make some kind of film out of this. And I think it's talking to people about how the chickens are raised and stuff, so they're okay with eating the chicken because they weren't abused as they were being raised and all that crap. But there's going to be some twists and turns in this damn thing.
He filmed his appearance in here too.
Well, fuck yeah.
So he's going to use it to put in the documentary that he's here.
I don't know.
Using your show to.
I hope so. I hope it's underneath it. It says "Tricked Opie" from Opie Radio.
But you were in the studio too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Vic's going for it. Sounds delicious.
Yes.
Oh no, Vic fell for it too.
I fell for it.
But we've told the story way too many times. I mean, it's
very gullible.
But I like referring to kale chips because it drives me nuts. My juice store today goes, hey, we have some samples today. Would you like to try them? And I look down and it's kale chips. I'm like, no. Thank you.
How about the kale salad? Would you attempt the kale Caesar?
You
okay with that?
Nah, I don't.
That's good stuff. That's
I like kale in my juices when I juice, right. But besides that, no.
If you boil it with a half a pound of fat back, it's delicious.
Of course, I'm sure it is.
Hey, you know what? I meant to say to you that we were talking about 2 days ago. There was a story that we played a video of about the Santa Claus that the kid died in his arms. Did you hear about that?
Yes.
And then yesterday, Opie walked in the studio and said, "Did you see that there's been an update that they think it's a lie, that the Santa Claus is making it up?" But today on CNN.com, there's a headline story in the upper left panel that says that the story is unraveling.
Oh no, he made it up just to get extra Santa work?
They're waiting for a statement from Santa Claus.
It said Santa's going to have a statement.
Santa Claus is going to have a statement. We can't even trust Santa Claus.
Do you know my favorite Santa thing? He taught me, do you know that Macy's has a black Santa, but you have to ask for him?
It's true.
I learned this in here. It's one of the greatest Santa facts, if not the greatest Santa fact I have ever learned in my entire life.
So there's a backup Santa Claus?
No, there's just two. They have one, but you have to know he exists. Right. Speaking of Black Santa, speaking of Negro Kris Kringle,
Mr. Christmas is here.
Let me tell Artie what he missed. We're talking about that Santa guy that said that 5-year-old died in his arms. Did you hear that story? It's pretty much viral. Now it's looking like it's bullshit because they can't find the family. They don't know what. They can't find the hospital. Oh my God, Craig Sager just died.
Oh, man.
Me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Breaking. Sports reporter Craig Sager dead at 65. This fucking guy fought.
Yeah, he did.
What do you go from?
Leukemia.
Yeah. He had leukemia and it wasn't looking good, but he hung in there a lot longer than most people thought he would.
He went for the third stem cell, and nobody ever had nobody ever had that many before.
Literally breaking at this very second. I loved Craig Sager.
Yeah, I did too.
I had a cousin, I'm not even lying just a little bit, who wanted to change his name to Leukemia and do a benefit and have everybody write him a check. He thought that would work. He tried to change his name to Leukemia, and he was going to do a leukemia benefit and have everybody write him a check.
Wow. L-E-W or L-O-U?
L-O-U.
Okay. He'd go L-O-U? All right.
And L-O-U stupider.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like L-E-W. And, I mean, like, literally, he would say stuff like this at Thanksgiving.
Wow.
He always had a scam, you know?
Yeah.
And, I people tell him not to. I'm like, are you kidding me? You have to encourage this. This will be fantastic to see him pull this off.
Oh, that's funny.
Leukemia. I think Anthony could do that guy, right? Leukemia?
Call him. Tell him we brainstorming.
Fuck a podcast.
We could get him on the line.
Fuck a podcast.
Right. Here we go. Benefit.
He wants to do it at the Knights of Columbus.
Leukemia. Just say it was a misprint.
That's awesome.
He's got him as a kid. He's got him a Lou. That'd be great. Leukemia.
Craig Sager. That blows, man. Anyway,
you're that at the Craig Sager. I'm over it.
Yeah.
Mr. Compassion.
No, I mean, that's terrible. I mean,
it's terrible.
Yeah.
But you feel like you know that guy. He's been on those broadcasts forever with his wacky suit jackets.
He owes me money with the advice he gives.
So there's a Santa Claus. There's a sick kid, 5 years old.
I saw this on...
you did see the video.
There's some broad on Fox who was trying to listen to him, and he was talking real slow, and she can't do anything. It's a Santa talking about a kid dying.
Yeah.
And she just let it... Yeah, I saw... He sounded medicated.
And he was crying, though. He had tears pouring out of his eyes. I believed him, but now it's turning out they can't find the family. They can't find where this happened. And now the latest is, the headline is, Santa's going to have a statement.
Good. That's good. What's he going to do for kids now? Kids buying into this shit.
What an idiot. He looks like he's a perfect Santa.
Were you saying black Santa? Is he black?
All right, then that...
No, that would be terrible. That's another story.
That'd be terrible for the black community.
There is a black Santa. You did not know this?
I believe
Macy's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he told me. Back to this.
You know what? First of all, okay, go ahead.
I believe last year we learned.
I'm going to have gay Santa. I'm going to have lady Santa.
There's the regular Santa at Macy's, but if you want a black Santa, you could request that, and there's a guy just hanging out in the back.
First of all, listen. Of course he is. First of all, you're not going to. I come from Italians in North Jersey. You're not going to convince my Uncle Tony that a black guy's going to break into his house and leave him shit.
First of all,
let's start here.
So taking it. Yeah, let's start right here.
How about ho ho ho's in the whole new meaning too?
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
So there's so many shitty.
There's
jokes.
a bunch of jokes here if you want them.
Lewis,
absolutely if you want them.
If you want them, they're right.
Find the story.
Take them.
Find the story of the black Santa Macy's, but you have to. It used to be you had to request the guy.
It's a new. Somebody covered it. The footage you showed me, there was a story about it on like Channel 7. The local news did a story about this, and they were rolling the footage.
But now the Mall of Americas has an actual black Santa that's out and about.
Okay,
where you don't have to. You don't have to.
1965 for him.
Right. You don't have to keep him hidden.
He's on the.
We got to cover every ethnic group now. There'll be a Ukrainian Santa. Melissa McCarthy will be Santa within 2 years.
Caitlyn Jenner Santa.
I was going to. You beat me to know
exactly.
I was just going to say simply a tranny.
I've had enough of the. I know, Greg. If you guys going through this with the moans, if I say something about, if I say Bruce Jenner by fucking mistake, these kids moan. They moan.
Really?
Yeah, because I said Bruce instead of Caitlyn.
I have no problem saying Bruce Jenner because that's how we knew him.
Yeah.
That's how that's how I know him.
I've said both and gotten no ill effects on either.
You know what? Listen, you can have every Bruce you want. These young assholes. Bruce Jenner, Bruce Hornsby. If one of these, if somebody says
Caitlyn Hornsby,
if somebody says Caitlyn Springsteen, they're gonna hit with a bat. It ain't born to sashay. It ain't born to skip to my room.
Burr has a great line about that, about how don't we get a chance to kind of have a period where we can adjust? We can't have a moment to adjust. The guy walks in his house as an incredible athlete, walks out with a dress and some tits, and we're supposed to go, oh, okay, it was Caitlyn, right? Hey, anyways, Caitlyn, as I was saying.
And it's not brave to become a hot chick. Yeah. If I become a chick, that's brave. He became the fucking the best thing in the world to be. What an asshole. I tell you, being in that house does something to men. It really does.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? Everyone. You go in that house for a couple of months.
Yeah, and your life unravels.
Look at Kanye.
Yep. Kanye went nuts.
Yeah.
He's perfectly normal.
He's smoking crack.
You know what? Artie said this on the show a while ago, and since then, Kanye has now lost his fucking mind.
And I think the end of that for Artie was something's going to happen to Kanye.
Right.
And then now something's happened,
I've got my finger on the pulse.
Very prophetic.
Why was Kanye meeting with Trump, you think?
I have a picture of me and Trump golfing, and I got a charity event years ago, and I blew it up. When my Mexican maid comes over, I blow it up and I leave it in my bedroom. Yeah. And she finally said, she said to me, "You don't see no Trump?" I'm like, yeah. Can you get the laundry a little quicker? She's scared that I know.
Put a little pep in your step there, Consuelo.
Yeah, exactly. Those dishes are a little slow.
They're not going to wash themselves there.
Artie, do you have any copies of the pictures we took with Donald Trump in Atlantic City after the show we did with me, you, and Melendez?
Oh, my Andy Leibovitz was right.
No, because in the photo, in the photo, I'm blowing him. I'm on my knees blowing Trump.
I would have saved that.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a picture. I'll show you the one with me. It's me, him, and Eli Manning golfing.
Wow. Oh, I've seen that one. That's a good one.
He's that's
a good one.
He was like, we were both goofing. We were both goofing on Eli Manning by the end.
Yeah.
He's like a 7th grade kid who stuffed someone in a locker, Trump.
I hear. Who was telling me he's a really good golfer for real?
He's unbelievable. He's a scratch golfer.
Someone else was telling me.
And Eli is too. And I said to Trump, he's really a guy you can fuck with. Like, you could bust his balls.
Right.
I said to him, every time I've golfed, by the 4th hole, I'm drunk, shirtless, and throwing the ball. And he goes, well, you're not doing that here. And he goofed on what I was wearing. And I can't golf. And I literally was saying to him, I'm sorry, I'm not a rich fag. I learned how to golf my life. I called him a fag. I called our president a fag.
President-elect.
President-elect. It's not over yet. If this Russian hacking thing picks up steam.
Yeah.
Let me see.
It's picking up a little bit of steam, too.
Did you do a roast with him, Greg?
No, we did a
Rich
roast.
Foss did.
Yeah.
The famous Donald Trump roast.
Yeah, I met him that time when he came in to say hi to all of us. We turned that show in Atlantic City into a benefit for the first responders because it was 3 or 4 days after September 11th, so it turned into a benefit for the first responders. Yeah. And I remember, you know what I remember? John Melendez, they gave me a check for like $1,000 or $2,000, and I said, I'll just donate it. And John said, don't donate it, keep it, it's for you. And I go, September 11th, I'm giving this to the first. And he goes, no, he goes, don't give that away.
Wow.
No, I don't want. He goes, keep it.
I was waiting. Thanks for not letting me down.
What an asshole. He would shit. John had this thing. Sam Simon was dating this Playboy playmate, and she came backstage at the Ontario Improv in Ontario, California, a real corporate like improv.
Yep,
it's great. And it is actually, yeah. And so John is shitting in the green room bathroom, and there's an inch of door between him and this beautiful playmate. and he's supposed to go on stage, so you just hear like a loud like shit, and there's no chance he could have washed his hands. There was no time. There's no running water. He comes out seconds later and shakes her hand.
That's mandatory where I'm from.
You know the look Bush had on his face after they tell him the second plane hit? That's the look she had on his face. Good. He just went, how you doing? He was having spinning all over.
I want to play the Black Santa story from last year.
Yeah.
I got to know the details again. Put that. Oh, you got it. Okay,
it's really enjoyable.
I've never
really
heard
fast.
this before.
Oh, this
great.
is amazing that you have to request them.
This is
the best part of it.
Santa.
Yeah, he's not. He's waiting in the back to be requested. Our computers just don't want to work today, you son of a bitch. That was another great setup.
Did you choose the black computer repairman?
and the black computer operator.
Ah, fuck. I want to play this thing.
He's got an IQ of 150. I was with him before. What happened?
If we find it, it was.
He's looking it up on YouTube now.
That's the one who ripped up
What the hell is that now? Did you get it to work?
Oh, all right. It's coming up.
It's going to work after the commercial.
Yeah, I got a commercial.
All right, hold on. 5, 4, 3. All right, here we go. Let's play this.
You really crushed it.
Black Santa.
Here it is.
At Macy's.
Yes. Oh, my God. Is it just going to sit there and not play after we had to sit through the commercial?
Doing a great job here today.
Oh,
do you have to
fuck? All right, here we go.
He's known as the Special Santa, an African-American Santa tucked away in...
That's terrible.
Start there. Back that up.
He's known as the Special Santa.
Sure. We have retarded Santa.
Right.
Santa landed Macy's flagship store in Herald Square. And he's the sole reason Elizabeth Kittles and her family made the trip from the Bronx.
Oh boy, they come all the way
on
from
Monday
Bronx.
night.
I could have went anywhere, but I came right here to Macy's because I knew they had an African American Santa.
Kids Oscar Gamble.
I was going to go with
only by request.
Kaepernick.
Parents must ask to see him when they
Is he
reach.
kneeling? That kid is
Kittle
not.
says he's also a secret Santa to many.
Yeah.
There was plenty of African American families that didn't know, and when I did tell him, one guy, he said, they have a black Santa?
Kittles has been bringing her sons to see the Special Santa at Macy's for 10 years now, but she wishes the store would...
Huh?
A decade.
Special Santas, that's terrible.
Well, she wants to say, I wish they would tell more people that this is happening. Go push play again. It's almost over. It's frozen again, Lois. These fucking computers.
Make sure more families know.
An elf just told me as I was going through Santa Land. It's great that they have that option. It would be even better if they would put it out there either on the visitor's website or...
Mom. Yeah. First of all, Puerto Rican Santa is great. There's like 80 of them on the sled.
When they advertise when Santa Land is open.
Other parents we spoke with didn't know about the Special Santa either, but agreed.
Yeah, we hear about it.
I think it would mean a lot to some people. It would make a difference probably for some people, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, she wants to make sure she says some people.
Yeah, no kidding.
This blonde woman.
First of all,
we reached out to Macy's for comments about their Special Santa. Their response, Santa is all things to all who believe.
Shut up.
First of all.
Shut up. Yes, first of all.
The first Santa does a 4140.
Yeah.
We're going to have every ethnic group now. Like, every ethnic group has to have a fucking parade, the Latin festival on 9th Avenue. How many people died in ambulance because of a Latin festival on 9th Avenue? Let's just all just live together without festivals, without Santa. How about no Santa? How about no fucking Santa?
Bah, humbug. I'm with you with the parades. In the summer, this city is one parade after another.
They invented parades when there were no cars.
We really got to decide which 5 we want to keep and get rid of the rest of them.
If Trump stays in Trump Tower, combine that with some street fairs during the summer, you might as well just fucking leave town.
That's right.
And a parade.
The fucking White House is on 5th Avenue.
Yeah, it is.
And, you know, if you want a 4th of July picnic on the Hamptons, leave now.
Yeah.
Make America late again. I thought that would get more.
Well, I liked it. They're not all jeweled.
If Vic doesn't like it, I got a better.
Oh, my God. All right, listen.
Kelly don't like a joke, I'm buried.
Right. Quick break.
Opie Radio is back.
We're watching this video of celebrities pleading with the GOP electors to be heroes and vote against Trump.
The electors, you mean, right?
Electors, yes.
I don't get
electors,
I never heard of this other step where the electors don't have to vote for who. So why even vote? I don't get it. Like they don't have to vote.
I guess it was Hamilton put in the electoral college.
Yeah.
It was his idea as a safety valve, just in case
they vote in a demigod.
A demigod, yeah.
A demigod.
Just in case Donald Trump gets it.
Yeah, exactly. So, and they're saying in situations like this,
what is the situation?
someone who's not qualified or might lead us down. That was the idea that I'm seeing that they're.
But the celebrities are coming forward. A lot of has-beens are in there. There's a couple that are still doing something with their careers.
How much pull do you think Loretta Swit has? Hi. A lot of millennials sit down and go, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I got to change my vote.
Bert Convey.
Hi, I'm
Marjo Gortner.
Hi, I'm Ruth Buzzy. I'm Ruth Buzzy with a very important message.
The cast of She's the Sheriff.
Shields and Yarnell have worked out a routine.
Claude Akins.
Willie Mays Akins from the Royals.
Willie Mays Akins. Willie Mays Hayes.
Opie was looking over his shoulder, and I don't know if you caught the story, but yesterday we were laughing about how when Trump would be on this show, you could tell him anything that somebody said negative about him, and he would, even if there was somebody that we could all agree on, all right, that guy's a legend. He's a legend in his business, but Trump would shit on them.
Yeah.
And right before we went to commercial, there was a story over your shoulder that Trump's been tweeting about Vanity Fair magazine today.
Oh, that's today's target?
Yeah, he hates Graydon Carter. Can't stand him.
Right. Vanity Fair apparently said something about him. And he
a million years ago. Well,
that was a while ago.
It goes back to when Graydon Carter was at Spy magazine in the late 80s and early 90s. That's how far it goes back, yes.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
So what's the story?
They seem like they'd hang out together.
Trump lashes out at Vanity Fair one day after it lambasts his restaurant. So the Vanity Fair guy was at a Trump restaurant, didn't like it.
He must have a briefing with his family. Who do we hate today?
We got to keep it organized.
Right. Well,
that's why he's not taking the security briefing.
Right, exactly.
He's more worried. He's taking his daily "who we fucking hating today" briefing.
You hate Loretta Swit.
I feel sorry for Loretta Swit.
Oh, yeah. She doesn't look good. I did the roast of him, not the Comedy Central one, the Fry's one in 2004, and I said a joke that he laughed at the roast, and then he came into Howard, and Howard made me retell the joke in the studio, and he got livid at me.
Really?
Really weird. He turned on a dime.
Wow. So you put on the happy face the first time, but then the redo.
He felt attacked. In that little space there.
Do you remember the joke?
It was.
Thank you.
It was when all of his businesses, his casinos in AC were going under.
Right.
And the Borgata had just opened. It's a beautiful, like Vegas looking thing. He was real bitter about that, from what I heard. So the joke was, recently, Donald took his daughter for a drive through Atlantic City and said, "Someday, sweetie, your name will be on the top of all these buildings if you marry a guy named Borgata."
That's a good joke. That's perfect.
That's a great joke. That's a well-written joke.
That got voted best joke by the Post and the Daily News.
Really? Oh, really?
So he comes in, right?
Yeah. Topical.
I took home.
Timely.
I took home that trophy. All the greats have it. And so he comes in, and Trump at first, it's really eerie. He goes, Howard, Artie was the best roaster. Everybody said it. The Post, the News, he is unbelievable. Your guy's a great, great roaster. And then Howard goes, and Howard is so, this is where he's brilliant. He's like, well, let's hear one of the jokes.
Sure.
We'll be the judge of that.
Right, and I feel like I'm trapped, so I tell that joke.
Yeah.
It was the best one. And Rob and Howard laughing really hard. Everyone's laughing. It's a funny joke.
Yeah, of course.
It's one of my better ones.
Yeah.
And the Puerto Rican Santa one didn't do as well today. But I gotta punch that up.
We're going to meet next break. We'll meet. We'll brainstorm it.
We want to punch that up. So anyway, you see his
Note to
face.
self.
You see his face changing. You see Trump's face changing, looking at me as everyone's laughing at him.
Yeah.
And then he goes, actually, the Atlantic State properties are doing very well. So now I'm in a business argument with him. I'm like, it's a joke. And Howard's going, it's a joke. He goes, well, you know what, Artie, actually, I was being nice. He bombed. He sucked.
Oh, he switched.
Wow. Did that much for what he bombed. He sucked. And now, I don't talk to Artie anymore because he's a loser.
Wow. I told the story yesterday from the Opie and Anthony show.
It's on the internet. You can see if you Google that. It's
Can we
amazing.
play that? I got it.
You'll find it.
Yeah, find that audio. I would love to play that.
How long did it take him? How long did it take him from loving you to hating you? Was it 10, 15
like
minutes?
That. I told him
like that.
He switches. Well, you can see it. There's video of it. It's easily found, but because people tweet it to me all the time.
But see, isn't that great? But his formula is simple. He loves everybody,
right?
Every single person.
Until somebody goes,
and then he turns on a dime because he never actually loved that person.
He said he loved Kanye.
That's a great strategy.
Yesterday. He said that Kanye's a great man. Yesterday.
And he did the black handshake with Kanye.
Yeah.
He did the double thing.
Yeah.
That's not the one. That's Ivanka.
Yeah, we'll find it.
Yeah, but anyway, so you'll see the video is really it's actually eerie. Like he really,
how quick
he has a problem.
Sure,
and it's me. I'm like a D-list comic in the back. I'm like the Grimace saying, "Show us your tits."
That's a visual.
Yeah.
Let me enjoy that for a second.
Show us your tits.
What a summary of the Grimace yelling out, "Show me your tits." What a fucking summary of his career.
The homeless Grimace needing a shave.
Now you're making it better.
Yeah, we're trying to find it. We'll get
Artie got away with something that I wasn't able to get away with, and they made comedy out of it when Artie did it, and I got fucking killed for it. I stayed up all weekend doing coke, and then I showed up on the Stern Show on Monday, and I fell asleep in the studio.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that. Yeah.
I fell asleep in the studio.
You're doing coke wrong.
And then years later, and fans, hardcore fans, would write me and go, I swear, since that time that you fell asleep, Howard's acted differently towards you. And I said, you're right. You're absolutely right. But when Artie did it years later, they laughed about it, and they made it into a bit where Artie would be asleep in the studio, and they put a microphone up to him, and they would just keep doing commercial reads, and you could hear Artie snoring in the background, and it became a bit, and they loved it.
He knows how to make it funny, I guess.
They're paying
like Artie's sleeping, he makes it funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it's hilarious when he does it.
You're asleep, not funny at all.
I can't. You don't sleep funny.
No, it's something about
Artie
your breathing.
sleeps funny.
No, listen, the funniest thing I've ever done in my life on the radio was when I was asleep. Kathy Griffin, well, that's the actual roast. But Kathy Griffin was telling Howard she was crying because she got nominated for an Emmy, and that was her mother's dream that she get nominated for an Emmy. So she's telling Howard that she told her mom she got nominated for an Emmy, and her father just died, and she starts crying, and you just hear me go.
I think I've heard that one. I actually think I've heard that one.
Audible snore. I said, Mom, guess what? Our dream came true. I'm nominated for an Emmy.
As your sleep apnea kicks in.
The creepiest thing. Right. So she said, does he have to be in here? And the greatest thing happened, they kicked me out for the Kathy Griffin interview.
Was she really that pissed off, Kathy Griffin?
She didn't want me in there.
Oh, please.
She wanted me there. So I
have a sense of humor. That's hilarious.
They let me sleep in the green room. They kicked her makeup. She had to go to the Today Show next. They kicked her makeup people out of the green room so I could sleep.
Nice.
Well, that's 46 people.
So trying to make her look not like David Faustino.
Oh my God. Yes.
You look like David Faustino again. So I wake up, though, the eeriest thing. I wake up at 3 in the afternoon. Wow. They let me sleep. And I'm like...
You're still at the studio?
Yeah. I'm like, this is crazy.
Everybody's gone. You're just all by yourself.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's just Gary there cleaning the office.
And do you get text messages telling you what happened? And
I was real interested in what happened with the Griffin interview.
Yeah.
Did she cry more?
Did her other parent die?
Does he have to be here?
I can't find the clip, Artie.
That's unbelievable.
There's too many
Maybe
Artie Lange, Donald Trump
had it
clips.
Take it off.
Trump definitely had the picture of me blowing him taking off.
No, wait, it
internet.
just said Artie tells joke about Trump.
Yeah, but there's a million of them. There's a racist one you told.
Of course.
Sure.
Oh, you know what? That was the other one. One.
Dennis Rodman was in studio that day, I guess.
The one I told him about him being racist, I said, people say he's racist.
What?
I said that O.J. Simpson golfed recently at Trump's golf course, and Trump went up to him and said, "We don't like your kind here." And he said, "You mean murder?" He's like, "You murder somebody?"
Excellent. Also, that's a great. I was going to say, I'm upgrading you to excellent on that one. I'm moving you up to first class.
Beautiful.
God forbid the fucking post prints that.
Yeah. We'll try to find the clip.
I might have it on my phone.
I'm sure someone sent us the link by now on one of our Twitters.
Anyway, it's just interesting to see how fast he does. It's like,
with the Vanity Fair guy, he now says he has no talent. Everyone has no talent when you piss off Donald Trump.
I'll tell you what.
He was on SNL, loved it, and then it says, how terrible that show is.
You know what's weird about that? Maybe he did do something, because CNN called me because they were playing all the Howard shit, and they wanted to play that clip because like a temperament thing.
Yeah.
And they said, well, who are you going to vote for? I said, I'm for one person, me. Good. I want publicity. I'm so sure, take it. I'll do an interview about it. They wanted me to interview. And then all of a sudden, they didn't want to do it. Like, maybe he did do something, because it talks about his business, and it really goes to that temperament thing, and
it becomes real all of a sudden.
I said, this would be the biggest publicity for me. I said, just put the fucking name of my podcast underneath that goddamn
exactly.
Yeah, that picture that I'm telling you, I'm trying to find. There used to be a dozen images of it on the internet. You could Google Trump
of you blowing
of me blowing him. That was pretending to blow him.
Pretending, yeah.
And you can't find a single copy of it. You can't find it. There was like different angles of it.
You don't have a hard copy?
No, I think I do. It might be in storage.
Copy.
Yeah, right. I might have one.
I was waiting.
Henley does it without even trying.
Yeah. Who's in the fur coat out there? What the hell?
Is that James Caan?
Who is that? Anyone know?
It's like
Joe
Usher.
That came from.
Usher or
my name is better.
He's
what's
got
that
like
as a guy?
Ludacris.
Yeah. It's a guy with a full fur coat on.
That's Mary J. Blige.
I wish.
I swear that's Mary J. Blige.
Next to him?
Yeah, I think so, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Mickey Rivers.
Someone came to play it.
You know what? I teed myself up.
It was
Last year, I've been going. I've run into Artie a couple times.
Google Mickey Rivers, you'll laugh your ass.
I've run into Artie a couple times at the Super Bowl. The last Super Bowl, someone said, "You know who you got to get? One of the guys in the Panthers is the guy who inspired the movie The Blind Side." And I go, "Oh, help me find that guy." And one of my comedian buddies goes, "There he is." And I walk up and I go, "Hey, my name's Craig Gass. I'm a stand-up comedian. I want to ask you a question. What are the dumbest jokes you ever heard about The Blind Side?" And he goes, "Oh, you mean about the guy who was in the movie?" And I go, Yeah, that one. I was like, I got the wrong black guy. Like, I couldn't believe it.
Are you blind?
Yeah. You never want to get the wrong black guy. Why is she staring at us with that evil look?
I'm telling you, she's somebody.
That's not Mary J. Blige.
Who are you?
That's not Mary
That's
J.
the
Blige.
St. Louis rapper.
Who are you?
She's waving like a pageant beauty pageant.
Lewis is trying to figure out.
Who are you?
It's not Mary J. Blige.
Who are you?
It's not her.
Who are you?
Who are you?
That's the greatest. That's like the Who song.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you?
I woke up in the Soho doorway.
That's a great word.
Who the fuck are you?
There's Mickey Rivers.
Check out
Mickey Slewfoot Rivers.
You guys
fur
are great.
coats. What's happening, sir?
Oh, that's the Make It Rain guy.
We're admiring your fur coat because we know none of us can pull that off in this studio.
Really?
Yeah, we couldn't pull that shit off.
Let's try.
Yeah?
Yeah. He smells good.
Look at how beautiful.
Smells
Another
great.
good smelling man. Be careful, though. The last time I said that to somebody in here, they were dead within 2 months.
Oh, no. I thought you were
Alan Thicke.
I thought
Jesus, Vic.
Alan Thicke just passed away, but he did smell good. And
They don't know Alan Thicke because I never knew who he was.
Of course we know who Alan Thicke is.
I don't know who he is.
He was a very nice...
He died by a heart attack.
69 years old playing hockey with his son. Nice guy, man. We just had him in here.
Maybe
Funny as hell.
He smelled as good as you do now.
He did?
Yeah.
Let up on a hockey. 69 years old.
69, huh?
Let up on a hockey at 69, man.
I swear to you, I don't know who you are.
You don't?
I swear. Is that bad?
No.
Because it might be because you're wearing the sunglasses.
No, I'm I try to fly underneath the radar. It's just when I wear fur like this, you know, it's not much flying under the radar.
That's how they found Denzel in American Gangster once he put that fucking fur on.
That's true.
That's a true story,
Right.
yeah. He's with a beautiful woman, I'll tell you that.
Yes.
Man,
She's running around.
She's right there taking
Dina.
pics.
The lovely Dina.
Opie's been kind enough. Opie's been kind enough to let me book some guests this week, and this is our mystery guest. I want you to ask a couple of questions.
Wait, you booked this guest?
No, I'm just fucking around. I don't know. I'm just trying to play along with it. But
wait, so you know I work here?
No.
Yeah.
Howard Stern.
No, I work with Teray on Hip Hop Nation.
Okay.
And I work with Mark Thompson on Progress.
Nice.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Well, what's your name?
Al Reynolds.
Al Reynolds.
Al Reynolds has a badass coat on.
I know you want to make fun of it, but there's no way you can make fun of it.
Not when you pull it off.
No, he pulls it off.
If you pull it off, you can't make fun of that shit.
Right. Have you ever read Pimp by Iceberg Slim?
I haven't, but I think I've seen a movie.
Learn it.
Pick it up.
Know it. Yep, pick it up.
Well, he's got a beautiful woman taking pictures of him. Are you a producer?
Yeah, I do. I produce.
Oh, man.
Anything we know?
Content. Let's see. I do more daytime television producing. So I created the Star Jones show for True TV.
Oh,
Nice.
wait a minute. All right. So can you talk about Star Jones?
Were you mad when she got skinny?
I was married to her when she got skinny.
Oh, that's why.
Oh, okay.
Stay right where you are.
You're the coke dealer.
Stay right where you are. Man, are you in any kind of counseling because of that?
Yes.
That was crazy.
You
that shit that you went through.
What's Oprah's guy's name?
Stedman.
You got. He knew a way to get the money without banging her.
How did I get the short end of the stick? How did I get the short end of the stick?
Did you have to bang her?
Stedman's a good guy, though. Stedman's a good guy.
Stedman's a good guy. He got one back for us, man.
Dina just goes, don't answer that question. Don't answer that question.
Well, you can answer that question.
No, I can answer.
I'll look at her saying, no.
This is my PR lady.
Robert Smigel did a cartoon for SNL once where Stedman was a superhero, Stedman, and his only superpower was he could get money and not have to bang over.
Not have to marry her.
That's great. She's in the 90 about the money. He goes, wait, I have to go solve a crime. She goes, can I take $30 million out of the safe? She goes, yeah.
So what were the rumors about Star Jones that were not true? Because there's always rumors about her. What are the rumors that were not true about her?
Yeah.
That were not
Yeah, he's thinking. Ruminating.
She was an emotional eater.
Oh, my God. You do smell. You smell good, sir.
That's a good one. I don't.
Would she walk the check sometimes just because she thought they were supposed to give her the meal? I thought she did that a couple of times, right?
He said rumors that were not true.
Okay. I knew I was going to start with an easy one.
I saw an interview with her when she said she bought a house at the beach, but you might know that she said she's never been swimming because it's never been more than half an hour since she last ate.
Right.
I knew I knew that was not a real fucking question.
I have to come to her defense on something. She's a very, very smart woman. And
obviously.
And an incredible talent.
Lawyer, right?
An incredible talent, yes.
What's her talent?
No, just as a talent.
As a television attorney.
As a television person.
Did you feel like Tracy Morgan's impression of her was accurate?
On Saturday Night Live?
Yeah.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
They
was classic.
Didn't they?
Yeah,
he did an amazing amazing impression of her.
Did.
But the story was that she claimed to lose weight with exercise, but it was such a dramatic weight loss. People were like, there is no
stomach.
Yeah, she had the old lap
She denied
band.
it. She denied
she
it.
had gastric bypass.
Yeah.
She had gastric bypass.
Right.
But she lied about it for a long time.
Right.
And you were with her during that time, right?
Right.
And what reason did she have to lie about it?
I think just psychologically, she wasn't ready to put her head around.
First of all,
actually, I think she wasn't ready to put her head around admitting that she couldn't conquer and control.
It's the easy
everything.
way, but who gives a shit? It's America. First of all, tweet out the topical Star Jones interview coming later.
What year is this? It's 2009 again.
This is in 1998.
1989.
You upgraded it. Yeah, you upgraded yourself 20 years.
Coming up, Star Jones interview. By great guest.
Did they pay for the wedding or not?
But he ends up in the middle of all the rumors with the marriage. He ends up being part of the rumors.
That's why I said 2009. Right. I think that's when all that was going down, right? 2008, 2009?
Well, that's when we unraveled. That's when we met in 2001.
Okay.
2002. Got married in 2003, yeah.
What happened? How did it unravel it?
Yeah, how did it unravel?
Easily.
You stopped agreeing?
Not working out.
What, your vision came back?
Just in one eye. That was enough.
You got the operation.
You got LASIK.
No, LASIK went left in 2001.
LASIK turned into Starfix.
Wait a minute, you're not Lola Falana.
Hang on a second.
So you just fall out of love? You're just not attracted to her anymore, and that's...
No, it was just more like it was too much all the time. Like,
she was all over the place, right?
And so a marriage is between two people. So both people have to give 100%. You can't do 50%.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
But then stories start coming out about you, and there's rumors about you in the press.
What are you, an expert on this for crazy?
Well, I'm trying to get to the heart of it, which is
the poor guy comes in here getting grilled.
Right. What the fuck? We just want to say nice coat.
It was an amazing story.
I just interrupted your entire show. But I do listen to you, and great job, and keep up the great work.
Oh, fuck. Come in here anytime.
Story.
Keep up the great work.
It is a great story, but we just wanted to admire his coat.
Don't bring anything up. He clearly got the money. He signed a piece of paper.
Is that a real fur?
She can't pull this coat off. She can't pull this coat off.
That's real fur.
That's Star Jones' Chihuahua.
I'm supposed to be producing right now.
All right, we just want to say hi. Go.
Guys, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
You should be reproducing right now.
Yeah.
Are you? Is that your new girlfriend?
No, it's his PR lady.
PR, okay.
Yeah.
All right, did you get remarried?
No.
Okay.
He's got the money. Get out of here, right?
Why would I do that again?
Thank you, guys.
All right, Al. Come back and see us.
That was wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I saw the coat. I was like, we got to make fun of the coat. And then you realize the guy could pull it off.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask the question.
All right, open the door.
Is he gay?
Is he gay?
Of course he is.
I'm trying to like, hey, there was rumors
He's
about
the only one who wasn't looking at the girl.
Thank you. Give me a golf clap on that.
What the fuck?
I was like, am I fucking alone here? Like, you guys are like, oh, come on, look at the coat.
It was the obvious, though.
What was your tip-off when he said, I was married to Star Jones?
But stories start coming about this guy. Like, the reason why he's leaving is because he's never had sex with her because he's gay.
He's a producer.
Yeah. Wow. That was cool of him to stop in.
I work at the hip-hop channel.
Yes.
Great coat.
Great coat.
Amazing coat.
Yeah, great coat.
We still can't find the clip, huh? Why can't we find the clip?
I bet they took
Dan Filato.
I know what's going on here. I'm not allowed to play Howard clips over here. So
that's it.
So these guys are making believe they can't find the clip. I see what's going on.
I got the call. I know the call was coming.
I got a call today too.
About
you already
what?
got calls.
Really?
X-nay on the Howard A.
X-nay on the Howard
A.
Really? Seriously?
Yeah.
I told my guy that called me, I go,
he goes, you can talk about Star Jones all you want.
It's like Scientology and you've left the church. They're going to fucking fair game you.
Look, I told Artie a long time ago when he started coming on the show, we don't have to go down that road. We went down the road once. Everyone knows that.
I was here. That was
and
wonderful.
I thought it was a very honest and open and good conversation.
A long and winding road.
And that's it. But we don't have to do that every time he's in here. So I was surprised I got the call today as well.
We can talk about when I was married to Star Jones. I was going to ask the question.
I was going to ask him. I think they got in trouble. They got their wedding paid for, and people got mad about that when that got leaked out.
We can get him back in here.
I was going to ask how much.
Let's let Craig ask the question and get beat up by a guy in a fur coat.
I think Mary J. Blige is going to beat him.
But how much money did they? I mean, it was like a couple $100,000, $300,000. No, I'm saying for the wedding.
They pocketed it. First of all,
they made money. Yeah,
I bet you it pushed $1 million.
Wow,
I bet you.
That beautiful woman came in there. Mickey Rivers is up on the thing for the. Why is Mickey Rivers?
What's Slewfoot?
Why is Mickey Rivers?
Wait, you would have wanted to marry her had she actually said that.
You're right.
She knows
I'm Mickey Rivers is not marrying that broad. My mother will have to get over it.
How did they find a picture of me? I'm not famous.
She's from Venezuela.
She's not from Sicily.
Oh my God, that's pretty crazy.
The probably gay guy was looking at her. Why's Mickey?
Yeah, let's go with probably gay.
Yeah.
We're going to go with probably gay.
But that is a move where, like, if you're a younger guy, good-looking guy, you're married to a broad who's older with, like, matronly arms, like, I don't know, Hugh Jackman. You know? I'm saying. Probably. We don't know for sure.
Yeah, we don't know.
I'm saying.
We don't know shit about it.
His wife's 62, and she got arms like Hazel.
All right, so we're looking for the Donald Trump clip.
Shirley Booth.
You went Hazel?
Shirley Booth.
Did you mean Hazel?
No. I'm just saying her arms look like Hazel.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, this is it.
You sure this is it?
I was wearing a Yankee thing.
All right,
this is it.
Is this about where we're at there, Paulie?
It's at the very beginning.
Because I'm going to get in trouble for playing his audio. But it's on YouTube. I'm playing this thing. Artie's here. It's a good laugh for everybody.
I'll take the hit.
Oh, really?
Like I have nothing to lose.
You know what? I don't have much to lose either. So let's do this together.
Let's jump into this.
But he was the funniest. Let me hear two of his.
Go to the beginning. There's.
Okay, so you were funny.
What did he say?
No, but the way he
Wait, where you want to go?
When he sits there you go.
All right, yeah, let's go here.
I'll still love her totally.
No, you won't.
Yes.
You're not that way.
No, I totally love her. There's no doubt in my mind.
Wow, that's nice.
Oh, stop it, Artie.
Artie did a great job at my roast, Howard. I'm telling you, he was the single best person. A lot of people thought you were totally bombed out of your mind. He was the best.
I was drunk.
I'm telling you, we had all these comedians.
What did he say about you that really hurt?
I don't want to go into it. It was terrible.
What was your best joke? Go ahead.
He was the funniest.
Let me hear two of the jokes.
Here's our future president.
One of the things, there's talk about some Donald financial problems in Atlantic City, and I said that Donald took his daughter for a drive through Atlantic City and said, "Someday, honey, your name will be at the top of all these buildings. That's if you marry a guy named Borgata."
I had to bring this up.
That was a good one.
I had to bring this up.
He's got the same look he had during the debates.
I'll tell you, honestly.
The kind of rolling his eyes like,
oh, wow.
Yeah, okay.
No, we're just pausing for a second because it's about to change here. You see it in his eyes. He's like,
he starts.
That's kind of creepy, man.
He's got a problem.
Look,
he's got a.
If you have a problem, it's one thing.
Who am I to pick a fight with? But
how he turns so quickly.
But it was a conversation. You weren't like they asked you what was the line. Artie tells the line, and he rolls his eyes like "fuck you," asshole.
All right, play it out here.
The Atlantic City stuff is doing great.
No, I do it.
Okay.
All right.
He had to bring this crap up.
No, you brought it up, but I
had to bring you up.
It was nice of you.
What did I bring you up for?
It was nice.
I thought he was. I was trying to be nice to him. The truth is, he was terrible. He was terrible.
That took 33 seconds.
Job, I was trying to be nice to him, and this is what happens: you get hit. This is like Dan Rather all over again.
Absolutely.
Loser. So now I don't talk to Artie anymore.
Oh, come on!
Forget him.
Howard made me tell that joke.
All right.
Now I don't talk to Artie anymore. That's going to affect my life.
He has the thinnest skin.
That is
to change that quickly like that, and
Artie,
you can see it in his face. He's pissed off all of a sudden.
He brings up Dan Rather. Who knows what the fuck he's talking about?
He's talking about when he got beat up in the doorway by the stranger, and the guy kept yelling, "What's the frequency, Kenneth?"
Oh, he's comparing what I just did.
Or he's saying that. Exactly. That you just you've unnecessarily blindsided.
Leave it to Vic. He's an intelligent guy.
What the fuck?
Artie, we were just
that
talking.
Was his what the frequency?
Yeah, that was his way of saying. I
the way he says he's got to defend the hotels, which is the complete bullshit.
Yeah,
they were going under. They were filthy.
Yeah,
and loser. Like, geez, hit me when I'm down.
We were
just Artie anymore. What do we call? We talk every Sunday.
We were just saying yesterday about when Seinfeld pulled out of an event at a Trump event.
What was her name?
Whatever the event was, he was upset with something that Trump said publicly, and he said, I don't want to be a part of this. And he bailed, and Trump came on this show and said, let's be honest, Seinfeld's not funny. He shit on Seinfeld's
all of a sudden, Seinfeld's not funny.
Seinfeld's not funny, and people who like Seinfeld are not smart people.
Right.
No smart people think that Seinfeld's funny. He shit on Seinfeld.
Oh, he's sitting at the table at the cellar?
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Bitter comics.
Well, no, it's clear since that show, Larry David was a big part of the. You got Curb Your Enthusiasm, you got the marriage ref.
Yeah.
But he just went back to stand-up. I didn't realize that Seinfeld was a guy that he did the same act for 30 years.
Before he retired it. That's why he finally retired it on Broadway.
He didn't change it at all.
Not much.
Right.
Leno was kind of similar. And Leno was an amazing guy with the crowd, but I saw Leno do the same exact, 70 minutes of stand-up. 4 years, from 87 to 91, 4 years apart.
I was around, I'm there in LA 92, 96, and if you went to the Hermosa where he would run the monologue jokes, you're right. He would do this pretty much. He would do a great set.
I'm amazed Leno was doing that shit.
But he felt like he still had to do the set before he started trying out the monologue jokes. So he would dial back the thing and fucking jump right into it.
It was old school showbiz.
Funny.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can get away with it. Yeah, you get away with it. I was such a fan of Carlin that anytime Carlin was on anything, I'd want to watch it, and then I'd see him do material and go, oh, I heard this before. But I was such a fan. But now...
you know what's funny with you? Well, an impression is as good as you are, because the stuff is eerie good. I'll never forget this.
He does voices?
This is his great guest.
I heard him do Eddie Van Halen. He does amazing Eddie Van Halen.
This is his guy interested in Star Jones. You got dead on.
I was trying to get to the gay story.
Well, we all got to it way before you.
Yeah.
No, but I saw you do Sam Kinison at Stand Up New York about, I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago, and it's as perfect as it gets. And I looked around; it didn't kill like it always did. And I said, "These kids don't know who Sam Kinison was."
Oh yeah,
that was
that's fucking scary.
For an impression, if a guy dies, you have to retire. It was a perfect impression, and I said, "These guys don't know who the fuck Sam Kinison is."
That's why I had to stop doing my Strother Martin.
I stopped.
Hey, but is Al still in the hallway?
You're on one time.
Get out.
That stuff's at change.
By Shirley Booth, Strother Martin.
Can we get that guy back in here?
Well, we have here. Trying to communicate.
Let's get Al.
This will be awkward. Who's going to ask?
What?
Who's going to ask?
You wanted to ask him.
You said. Put it on me.
Yeah, I'm setting you up.
We're not curious.
I'm setting you up.
You asked if he was gay when you said, weren't you married to Star Jones?
That's the answer.
There he is. Get him real fast. He took his coat off. Get him real fast.
I don't know, man. He might get violent.
Get him. Just open the door.
Look at that jacket. Isn't that the answer?
Get Who Kid to ask him.
Al!
We'll get a black buffalo between us.
Al, can you get him a drink?
It's going back in.
That was purely for Greg. I'm so glad you got that. I looked right at you.
That was Rickles' ask.
Craig has one more question for you.
When the articles came out, were you out at the time, or was that something that? Because I remember there was the rumors that the reason why you guys weren't together is because you weren't attracted to her. Were those just rumors?
Definitely. I wouldn't have married her if I wasn't attracted to her.
Not being attracted to Star Jones means what? Because I think I am too. I think I'm Liberace.
Thank you. You pushed out a little. You pushed out a little. You pushed out.
Of course you did. It's rude as hell.
I know it is rude.
Come on, sign something.
I was trying to put you on the spot.
You might have signed something.
If there was a camera on me when he walked in the studio,
you were like, how do
I? If there was a camera on you, there'd be an investigation. No, but that you were going there, and he said, "All right."
I just wanted to give. And I don't even know what the big deal is. And today, it's like,
why don't you ask him if he's black?
Yeah.
Ask him if he's ever been in a
true. Are you black?
Billy D. Williams lookalike contest.
What an uncomfortable moment.
Do you have a red velvet sport coat?
Yeah. Were you shitting inside, Craig?
Yes. If you have video, if there's a camera on me,
I turned.
I was smiling and laughing until you said, "You're going to ask him, Craig," and I went, and he starts walking in the studio, and I go,
if you started,
you have me on camera.
If you started shit,
humana.
If you started shitting yourself, it was lucky we had a guy who could push you right back up. Just say I shit myself, Al. Hypothetically, say I shit myself. Is there any way you can fix that? Oh my God.
Oh, so uncomfortable.
Do you know any way you can fix that?
I was so uncomfortable. And
do you have a skill that could fix that problem?
I asked him the question. There was a rumor that you were gay. And,
no, you didn't say that.
You said, were you out?
Then you sort of said it.
And I said, but, they say that you weren't attracted to her. And he said, no, of course, I would have never married her. And then he looked around the room and went, thank you, gentlemen, and he walked back out like he wasn't even gonna.
Sure, I want to find that. I want to replay that.
You were the bigger fag in that conversation.
I stared at the door and thought, and he was walking in slow motion to get in here, and I went,
and he was towering over you. You had to look up at him.
Yeah, and what do? I just look at this. He's a kind of a big guy, and I'm like,
and so
you gay?
Yeah. So how many times has he looked up at a guy? It's a rollover.
Oh my God! By the way, Dylan Roof guilty on all counts. That's breaking now too.
Shocker.
Will they put him to death?
Taking it in the ass.
They're going for the death penalty, but will they actually use it? Well, we don't really use the death penalty.
If any state's going to use it, it's good old South Kakalaka.
Oh, absolutely.
So.
Yeah. I mean, New York, we have it in New York, but we don't use it.
No. Just drop them off at Lennox and 138th.
Hey.
There you go, baby. See ya. Good luck getting home. Here's another Uber.
That's what they did to Bruce Willis in Die Hard 3.
Something like that.
You want to continue our Who Is That game? Because look what's walking by now.
That's Mary J. Blige.
Look at this.
Are you going to go back to this again?
Who's that?
Whoa.
That's Mary J. Blige again.
No, it's not.
All right, that's a rapper, right?
No, it's not.
That's got to be...
all these people just work here. It's a Christmas party day.
That's Jerry Mumford.
You think that's what it is?
There's ZD
That's
in
the guys coming in to beat the shit out of me for asking the guy if he was gay.
No, it's wait a minute, that's Willie Randolph.
Claudel Washington.
We're just naming black people.
ECW.
Yankees outfielders, goddammit.
That's the bit. It's Yankees outfielders. Come on, give us the program.
One time I was, this might be on tape somewhere.
Roberto Kelly.
I got to be a celebrity playmate photographer for Playboy because I was on Howard, and they let us. And so a 21-year-old beautiful girl is naked in front of me, and the photographer said you can pose her any way she wants. And I was making her do 1978 Yankees batting stance.
Oh, nice. That's great.
I go Thurman Munson. No, that's Lou Piniella. She started to cry.
Really?
Over that?
Well, seriously? I love that 20-year-old. Lou Piniella.
Are there any moments?
That's leukemia.
Were there any moments?
That's leukemia.
Were there any moments where Howard wanted you to say something to somebody's face in the studio that you felt like, I can't do this?
There was a dynamic. The way he used the phone. I told him I stand up back. Like Howard got mad. I know he got mad at this. He never told them. But Chris Rock, when he came on, used to do the same thing when the phone callers were there. Howard said, let's go to the phones. And Chris would do the funniest thing. He'd go, here's where I get called a nigger. Yeah. So I could see, which is amazing. So I could see.
I'm so glad he's going on tour again. Okay. I'm very happy that Rock's going back out.
I have to say a few bad words here. This is always funny, the story. So he says that. So I could see Howard's phone calls where I sat. You could see the old calls. He says, here's my call. Howard goes, I would never do that to you. Come on. We're friends. The first three calls. Eddie from Staten Island wants to call Chris a nigger. Okay? Tony from Jersey thinks Chris is a nigger. Jerry from Long Island. Why is Chris such a nigger? Okay. Howard goes, come on, Chris, we're friends. I would never do. Come on, buddy. Yeah, Chris goes, whatever. And he goes, Eddie from Jersey, you're on the air.
That's the oldest radio trick in the book, by the way.
That's so good.
It's the oldest one. Well, it works every time,
but it's really get an A-list comic setting you up.
Yeah, no kidding.
It was. I never laughed so hard when he said, "Here's where I get called."
There was a great Facebook post that I saw when there was a kid who shot up a mall in Washington State a month ago.
Specific?
And right. They described him. He was on the loose. They're looking for a Mexican kid. And then his name comes out, and they reveal his name. And then I looked on Facebook, and sure enough, I find the guy on Facebook, and it says he's from Turkey. And people are commenting, with conspiracy theories. The media's trying to paint him as a Mexican. He's from Turkey. And I was looking at all these comments, and there was one black girl who shared the photo of him saying he was from Turkey. And her only comment was, "This nigga Turkey."
That's fantastic.
He Turkey.
Like I said, well, Trump is going against the PC stuff, political correctness, so they changed Merry Christmas is Happy Holidays is Merry Christmas again.
Yeah. We're back.
Well, does that mean Richard Pryor's album, That African American's Crazy, is back to its old
Bicentennial, That African American?
Two fucking Richard Pryor albums has the N-word in the title.
I used to get in trouble for saying it in interviews.
Yeah.
Although if you bring it up,
Bicentennial.
if you go out,
Bicentennial.
I would always scream, "It's the name of the goddamn album!"
What do you want me to do?
22-year-old that doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about.
No, the old store, the record store in my hometown, they had a kid working behind the counter. He had to ask for what record you wanted, and there was this big black kid who worked behind the counter, Melody Records. Don't forget that. I wanted to buy that album, and I said, "You have Richard Pryor's album?" He goes, "Which one?" I go, come on. Can you help me? That Nixon's Crazy.
That's a whole different album.
Yeah.
That's a Mort Saul album.
He was, and the kid tortured me. He goes, "No, which one? What is it?" And I bought like the least I bought like a Bangles album, the least controversial.
Get the fuck out of it. First of all, I don't think the Bangles were out in '76.
No, I'm saying I was buying it. I was 15.
You're later on. Okay,
they had all the good records.
You saved yourself right there.
Snowy is pissed off about this Dylan Roof thing, I guess. Snowy, how can you be mad about
Why? Keep me in check.
How can you be mad about this, Snowy?
Hey, great show, guys. I'm not pissed that he got convicted. I'm pissed at the fact that in South Carolina is the same state where that cop shot that black guy in the back like 6 or 7 times.
It is. Mm-hmm. That is like what is that guy's argument?
Yeah, that's a tough one. Is that the one where he's running in the field? Yeah. He's not really running that fast. More like lumbering.
No, but it was on video, for Christ's sakes, and that one juror said, "No, I won't convict him." What an asshole!
Well, I mean, first of all, every movie you do, it takes 15 takes to get something. That kid with the phone, it set it up. It was centered.
Yeah.
The lighting was perfect. Yeah. He had them both in frame.
He got a perfect shot.
And it just seems like the cop just was too lazy to run after the guy. I mean, dude, what argument does that guy have?
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
And it's like a hung jury, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
one juror wouldn't convict them.
Yeah, that's true. It came down to one. Yeah, so that means no conviction.
That's a stunt.
The guy was just lumbering along.
That's like the last guy. That's the last guy in 12 Angry Men who has the last racist guy in 12 Angry Men. What's he saying? He goes, "Come on, you know the rule. They're trouble, all of them." So you know Henry Fonda. I'm telling you, they're no good, none of them. Not one of them is no good. And then the guy goes, "Sit down and never talk again."
All right, Snowy, you make a good point. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I don't know what you argue. I don't know what you argue.
I don't know what he...
Yeah. For Christ's sakes, his police department fired him.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean...
All right, buddy.
He can't even get his job back. They fired him already, just based on the videotape evidence.
I got a feeling.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think he's okay with not having his job back. I think he's pretty happy right now.
We got away with murder.
Yeah, exactly.
What happens after a hung jury with one guy? I mean, they go back. Is he done?
I don't know how that. I mean,
they can choose to redo it or not. I think once there's a mistrial,
they probably will. They
usually say right off the bat.
Yeah, I don't know. We weren't following that one.
That's the one.
I would assume they're going to retry him.
That's the only instance where I would help them loot an appliance shop. I want a toaster too. This is ridiculous.
Did you hear about the lady that dropped her? We think she dropped her cell phone in the chocolate.
No.
Is it peanut? You got cell phone in my chocolate.
Woman minced to death.
Peanut butter's on my chocolate.
Woman minced to death in giant mixer filled with chocolate. They found only her legs.
What?
And the theory, I think we came up with the theory.
She tried to get it, and like Augusta and Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka, yeah.
What Paul say? What you were going to say?
They have there's two different versions of the story. One where she fell in trying to retrieve her cell phone, and the other one's that she fell in while pouring the ingredients in.
There's no way she fell in pouring the ingredients. If you got a job like that, you're going to be damn careful with that shit. Yeah, big chocolate mixer.
Is this like Hershey's?
Maybe she was trying to eat.
Where was this? What city?
A Russian? Russian? Oh, it's a Russian plant worker.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who gave you the story? The Black Santa? Right after I saved that kid, I witnessed a woman fall into a chocolate enclosure.
Oh, you will do stupid.
I see.
I was going to be, why'd you go Southern all of a sudden?
Yeah,
then you went Foghorn Leghorn.
I say it's chocolate, son. Haven't you ever seen chocolate before?
I say, boy, why don't you just tell them that you love sucking that cock?
You'll do stupid things to try to get your phone back, though, right? She probably fucking thought you could do it.
I say press send, boy.
Boy's about as sharp as a bowling ball.
Nice boy, but about as sharp as a sack of wet mice.
Is that the girl who lost her life?
Yeah, they only had her legs left.
Wow.
What happened? This is her?
Did they dip those in chocolate?
This is her?
Yeah.
She looks like Mary J. Blige now.
She's...
This is her now. Put Mickey Rivers. This is her now.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, looking at a white Russian broad.
Oh, wow.
Instant
She just
Mickey
got
Rivers.
married.
Just got married.
Augusta, save room for later.
Mother of two. All the features here.
Mother of two.
They only found her legs.
I don't trust that fucking Russian boyfriend. Look at that guy.
Do you throw the chocolate away?
You have to throw. That's what I was just thinking. You have to throw the chocolate.
I worked at the port as a longshoreman, man, and we had orange juice concentrate. Would come from Brazil.
Yeah.
And listen, I never drank Sunkist again. I'll put it that way.
Oh, shit.
It would come in liquid form, and if one of the management guys pissed off one of the longshoremen, I don't want to say it. I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, don't say it. We can just imagine.
I'm not going to say it.
I mean, the government allows a lot of shit in our food, so
yeah,
maybe they taste it and say, you know what, it's not that bad.
They don't let 16-year-old Russian girls in. You can have 2 rat hairs and 1 16-year-old Russian girl.
No, not Russian. Kazakhstan, maybe. Uzbekistan, Azerbaijan.
We'll overlook the fully grown woman.
Right. As long as she's from Estonia.
Couple rat hairs and half Russian broad. We'll allow that.
We'll let 2 rat trappings and a Russian nanny with an ankle bracelet. That's hilarious. Wow, your argument was they let certain things go.
A few mouse droppings and a head. We'll allow that.
Right. Whatever Gilbert had in his backpack.
Oh, fuck. We want to tell Artie. So, you've never had a connection with Gilbert. I mean, like a human connection.
Yes, actually, I have.
Oh, because we don't think anyone actually has ever had that.
Well, define human connection.
Well,
they tried to set him up.
He started doing the show, and he's very engaged, and we have a really good time when he comes in here.
When the mics turn off,
and then as soon as the mics turn off, we run to the bathroom. I said it earlier, but we had a killer hour yesterday, and then we ran to the bathroom. We couldn't wait to get back in to continue that energy, and we come in, and Gilbert has his coat on, and he's leaving us just out of nowhere. He's like, I'm done. And then he has a backpack that we noticed weighed at least 30 pounds. I go, Gilbert, what's in the backpack? He awkwardly laughs and then hides the thing.
Right. He hides it outside and then walks in the studio to discuss it. And we said, well, can we see what's in it? And he says, he laughs about it. Yeah, and then he just leaves. But it looks like...
It's that fair.
I said, my first guess was small Filipino boy. Yeah. So you went Asian. I was close.
You're close.
I was
because the bag is strained. It's strained.
He's Shecky Dahmer.
Whatever is in there is so heavy.
I'll tell you what he does. I have an answer for this because I did the road with him a couple times.
Free shit.
And
it's all free shit in there. He stuffs it in. Right?
I got his bag at JFK once around the thing, the carousel. And it was unzipped, and I grabbed it, and it was a bunch of creamers and sweet and lows from a diner. He literally takes creamers and non-dairy creamers and sweet and lows from a diner, and all he does is laugh. He goes,
How amazing would it have been to see that? To see a bag.
It was too heavy for that, though. He had something else going on in there, too. It almost looked like a bowling ball.
Or he had stolen something from the floor. Like there was a computer in there.
Maybe it was
really? I mean, it was that heavy looking.
Somebody's missing a laptop out in the cubicle.
Yeah.
Maybe it was George from Otto and George. Maybe. Yeah. You want to hear a story? Me and Otto and George are playing Buffalo together. And this is like 15 years ago. And I'm opening for him. So it's pre-Stern. And the guy who runs what's the club in Buffalo with that guy with
it's the comic strip?
No. Stillborn Eddie? Airborne Eddie is what he calls himself. We just wish he was
the
still
guy
born.
with a goatee, the creepiest guy with a goatee ran it. And he always said he bagged all these cheerleaders from Buffalo State, this guy. And he would pick up girls. In front of me at the Apollo once, he said, so what do you do, sweetie? She goes, I'm in school, but I just dropped out. He goes, really? What's his name? And he winked at me and like, what's his name?
Oh, God.
How did you know? So Gilbert would, Otto would ask for the money up front.
Yeah.
And leave with the dummy to go get crack. He was a bad crackhead, you know. And I was partaking in everything at the time. So the guy said, keep an eye on him.
Keep an eye on a guy traveling with a dummy.
See, me, my hand to God, my hand to God, me and Otto and George, George is in the box. We get in a cab. We go to downtown Buffalo. We're in a crack den with the fucking box. This
is good.
This black kid who ran it said, what's in the box? I said, you don't want to know what's in the box. So all these guys who are at the crack den are staring at the
That's because they're all paranoid. They're all smoking crack.
What the fuck is in the box?
Is in the box.
I said, so he said, you got to open the box. They were afraid there was a gun in there. And they saw George, and the guy fucking freaked the fuck out.
Of course.
Like magic with Anthony Hopkins. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I said, he's a ventriloquist. Do you want tickets?
Naturally.
Give us crack for tickets.
He brought the fucking, that was his move because he was afraid someone would take it. You know.
Did he do the voice? Did he throw the voice like with the box closed just to freak him out?
Yeah. He did the Kennedy head coming off bit.
Right.
Jeff Dunham never has any stories like this.
Oh, God, no.
Could you imagine in Buffalo, you go to downtown Buffalo? I just like,
that's amazing.
Thank God the sweet release of death came back.
When he used to do our show on NEW, we'd go to commercials and he would read the newspaper and have George reading the newspaper.
That's hilarious.
And we wouldn't be on the air, and I would tap Anthony going, are you seeing this? He's not performing right now, and George is reading the newspaper.
That was James Gregory's old move back in the day, the old Southern, still on the road this day. He would steal the ventriloquist puppet and hide it from him and wouldn't give it to him.
That's great.
And they would always have to delay the show because they'd have to go back to the condo to get the spare puppet.
That's fantastic.
I always have a second one somewhere else.
Were you saying the sweet release of death for Otto?
Yes, he was.
Thank God.
He sort of glossed over that a little bit.
Oh, my God.
He got constipated from all the pills at the end. They gave him like, I think the puppet was shitting better than him.
Sawdust.
Wow.
My wooden puppet is shitting better than me.
All right, we got to take a break for some live commercials. So Artie, he's got the great podcast, ArtieQuitter.com for the podcast, right?
Yeah, I'm going to get Star Jones as a guy to promote it. He's going to promote it. It's fantastic. It's so good.
He gets right to the point.
Artie's also going to be on HBO in the new year. What else, Artie?
Well, listen, forget about it.
That's about it?
Just Google Artie Quitter.
All right, that's easy.
Just Google Center of Show Business.
Epicenter.
Vic Henley.
I'm with Kathleen Madigan in Macon, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, Birmingham, Alabama in January, and LOL in San Antonio, Texas, first week of February.
Craig Gass.
I'm coming back to Seattle. Kirkland Performance Center, January 20th, and Super Bowl weekend. I'll be in Houston for Super Bowl weekend at the Comedy Showcase. Joke Joint Comedy Showcase. It's at getgas.com. 2 S's. Getgas.com.
That's where the owner of a crack den is.
We're looking at the George puppet right now.
Look at Otto.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Otto couldn't shit at the end.
He is
sweet
missed.
Release of death.
Yeah,
he is
sweet,
dearly missed.
The name of this episode is Epicenter.
Yeah, I want to promote the Dueling Gilberts that you and Gilbert Gottfried did yesterday. Craig Gass.
So cool of Gilbert to run with that idea.
It was amazing.
It got silly,
and Paul edited it perfectly. I think we've tweeted out on all our shit. So
if you haven't heard it,
take a peek.
You gotta see the Dueling Gilberts.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
Take a little peek. We'll be back.
Opie Radio is back.
Back with Artie Lange, Vic Henley, Craig Gass, who's been filling in all week and doing just a killer job, man. I appreciate it, Craig.
I've been having a lot of fun. Thanks for having me come in.
Right on. And tomorrow, I want to remind the people, we got that band that you turned me on to, the Struts.
Holy shit.
Have you heard of the Struts?
Oh, yeah.
Artie would love the Struts.
Yeah. I know the Struts, right?
Yeah. They're going to perform for us tomorrow, a few songs.
Oh.
Yeah, those guys, I saw them. I actually owe that band an apology because I was mad at them for
Get in line.
For taking a gig. I wanted this gig that they got offered, and I wanted the gig, and then I went in to watch them do the show, and I went, holy shit. I mean, they are a throwback. The singer of that band, the Struts, frighteningly looks and sounds like Freddie Mercury. It's frightening. Yeah,
you want what gig were you going up for? This the same thing. You and this band. How are you and the fucking Struts up for the same thing?
Last
is my question.
Right.
What network?
That's a great question.
I've been offered a lot of gigs opening for bands.
That's a great question.
Really? Animal Planet? What the fuck?
Everyone in the Struts has a great Sam Kinison.
I've been offered
a little known fact.
I've been offered a lot of gigs opening for bands like Metallica, System of a Down.
Okay, I got you. All right, okay. All right.
I did two shows opening Motley Crue's farewell tour. I did a couple of arena dates where I did stand up as their opening act.
Isn't that a tough gig?
Yes, but
it has to be a tough gig to do
for
it in front
metal.
In front of a crowd like that.
In front of a crowd, where a bunch of people wearing shirts called that say "Kill 'Em All."
Okerson was on the Korn tour for a year or something. Imagine that.
And he looks
fuck. Yeah.
Well,
we didn't even eat the corn.
My strategy was like
Florentine's teeing them up for each other.
Florentine's had a strategy. His strategy was when it wasn't going well, he would just say, "Hey, you guys want T-shirts?" He'd throw out T-shirts. Yeah. My strategy was get on stage and lie to everybody and say, "My name's Craig Gass, and I am Motley Crue's sound man." And everyone went, "Yeah!" And I go, "The band has some very important announcements tonight," and I just made up a bunch of bullshit that made them cheer, and then I would make some jokes.
That's why it was sued.
And then there's a video of it. You can see a video of me opening for Motley Crue on YouTube, and the last show was going to be at of their career was going to be at Staples Center last New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And Tommy Lee said, "It'd be so cool if we could have you do that last show." And I said, "I would love to." And I tried to get in touch with their management, kept getting the runaround. They said, "We're going to have this band called the Struts open the show." And I said, "Who the fuck are the Struts?" And then I went out and watched them. And they started out this show by their singer walked out wearing this glittery outfit and started singing a cappella.
Oh, it wasn't Al Reynolds?
And it
Star Jones.
It killed. And they actually got an arena full of people who had no idea who they were to go, wow, this band's fucking cool. And it blew my mind. And the Stones love them. Rolling Stones have offered them gigs opening up from everyone from Guns N' Roses had them open dates on their stadium tour. Beyonce had them handpicked them to perform at the Made in America festival in Philadelphia.
Now you got me.
Wait, you don't know him?
We saw some footage in here when we were last talking about this.
Yeah, but
it
sounds a lot like Freddie Mercury.
He looks like him. He's prancing around like him.
He's doing his own thing.
I don't mean that in a prancy way.
He's talented, man. Luke is the lead singer. So they're coming in tomorrow and they're going to play 2 or 3 songs.
Are they English?
Oh yeah,
English.
Oh yeah.
By the way, I don't want to burst your bubble, but Tommy Lee told me and Dom Herrera it'd be great if we opened.
Slayton too, I think, right?
Artie, have you ever opened for bands?
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And it's something where I think as a comedian, I want to be.
I opened for the Beatles on the Sullivan Show.
I think as a comedian.
It was them, then Topo Gigio,
and Artie Lange. A young Artie Lange.
Yeah.
They always want to do it because
that's the hardest thing ever.
It is the hardest because nobody fucking cares. Nobody cares about comedian.
So the money's got to be good because why would you take that gig? That sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Just all right.
They used to do it. There's a great story about Steve Martin was the opening act for the Doobie Brothers, and there was a show in the 70s.
Albert Brooks, the classic. Are you Richie? That's one of the classic comedy bits of all time.
Wait, what is that? I don't know what.
You don't know the Albert Brooks, Richie Havens?
No.
It's amazing.
Oh, Richie Havens.
It's a classic Albert Brooks story where he's at the Astrodome in Houston.
It shows you how the clip of that bit.
It's wonderful.
Is shows you what audiences used to be because you sit through like 8 minutes of setup for one of the best jokes ever, one of the best punchlines ever. I mean, he peppers it with laughs. But
yes.
And he's saying this in the Astrodome?
It's a whole story. It's a long, involved Albert Brooks bit.
Patient with
how many people are at the Astrodome?
Oh, it's packed. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Richie Havens right
Richie
after
Havens after he just opened up at Woodstock.
Wow.
And they're going, Richie. They're chanting
I
for
gotta
him.
check that out.
It's it's a great. You don't know this? It's an old comedy bit.
I truly don't know this one.
It's one of between Albert Brooks, between that one and then taking the puppet on the Tonight Show. Those are his two classic things. But the Richie Havens is every comic that's ever open for a band should hear this bit.
It's amazing.
Now, if you're jazz groups in smaller theaters, it's okay. It's only when you get into the 10,000, 15,000. If it's 3,500 people, you can kind of handle that.
Well, the legend was Steve Martin was at Steve Martin.
Yeah, I didn't know this one.
The Doobie Brothers, and at the arena.
That just sounds funny.
Steve Martin opened for the Doobie Brothers.
At the arena in UCLA, they
Pauley Pavilion.
The Pauley Pavilion. They set up the stage in the middle of the arena, and they only sold half the arena, and then the other half is just empty. So
the Pauley Pavilion.
Yeah. And they go, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your opening act, comedian Steve Martin. Steve walks out and faces the empty half of the arena and says, well, I thought there'd be a lot more people here tonight, but here we go. And he did an entire set with his back to the audience.
Fucking brilliant.
And said, wow, you guys are a lot louder than I expected. And he did his entire act with his back to the audience, and it killed.
Right. I saw Janine Garofalo do that in 98.
Yeah.
Not on purpose.
But
he was facing everywhere.
I feel like
this bit works everywhere. I'll do it here.
But today's audience isn't as patient for. Although I feel like there's a turn, because now they're starting to put comedy stages at rock festivals, and
you can't do an 8-minute setup for a great punchline nowadays.
There's Boston and Philly crowds where if you don't say the N-word within 3 seconds, you're done.
They
call someone a fag.
Let's go.
Artie and I did a show at the Electric Factory. Is that the name of the place? Electric Factory
in Philly. Great venue.
I walked out on stage, and and they were there to see us.
Yeah.
I just said, "Hey, so I'm from New York," and I couldn't recover from my opening words. I'm from New York.
That place had it was like you were a gladiator,
Philly, all right.
A gladiator getting thrown in the fucking wolves. They had a upper deck, and they were looking down at you on stage. And I would do a joke. There'd be laughs. And the laughs would die down, and a kid next to his girlfriend holding a Molson with a red face, after every laughter would die down, he'd go, "You fat fuck!" and it got bigger laughs than anything I was doing. And so I let him do it. I want to get a check. I'm not going to tell him stop. Half an hour, now I'm getting into the rhythm.
You know it's coming, boom.
Tell a joke, laughing, "You fat fuck!" Half an hour into it, I tell a joke, "No fat fuck." I look up, his girlfriend, who looked like him, is holding the Molson, and she goes, "He's in the fucking bathroom."
I thought we had a thing going.
Can you do it, Tweety?
The guy couldn't finish his great bit.
No.
Yeah, that's Philly, all right.
See, that's why we're pros and he's not.
Yeah.
You fat fuck.
Have you ever been threatened by somebody in the audience who was upset that you joked about him? Maybe
I have. Hell yeah.
God, yeah.
What happened?
I had the guy came on stage at Dangerfields once and tried to beat my ass, and the bouncer had to jump on him and beat the shit out of him in front of a sold-out crowd on Saturday night.
Was he one of the mafia guys?
The guy,
I know they always have like mob-looking guys at Dangerfields.
It was a dude in the front with his hot girlfriend, and I was making fun of he was one of these fucking guys. So I'm going, how you doing? And he's going, how you doing? He's trying to do, we're both doing each other's accent poorly.
Okay.
And I think he's laughing and going along with the bit, and there's a piano on stage, and I turned to take my drink, and when I had my back to him, he flipped a cigarette at me. This is how long ago this was.
That's great.
And the big Irish bouncer Bobby that was there for 1,000 years saw that happen, and the guy barely had time to retract his arm. Big old meat hook of a hand on the back of the shoulder, his biggest Clubsoda Kenny. And the guy turns around, and I'm like, you done fucked up now, hadn't you? And he still made a lunge for me.
Jesus.
And Bobby had to tackle him on stage. They both rolled under the piano. He's beating the shit out of this guy. I'm standing there with a microphone calling it like a wrestling match.
Right. You know, perfect.
I'm leaning over going, did you think when you left the house that this would be happening tonight? You know, and all I remember is Bobby can't hit him as hard as he wants to, because every time he draws way back, his arm is hitting the bottom of the piano. So he can't really roundhouse him like he wants to. So he's just rabbit punching him over and over and over and over and over again in the face.
Effective.
You know? And then the dudes, when I'm leaning over, looking under the piano to get it all, I'm about to walk off stage, I didn't notice his date circled around behind me, bowled her purse about 9 times, and clocked the living shit out of me in the back of the head with her purse, and knocked me down. And then a waiter had to grab her and pull everybody off the stage. And I still walked off, and Mike Egan was in the crowd. He was emceeing at the time. He goes, "Where the fuck are you going? You got 8 more minutes." Good job.
Trying to fucking trick with a fucking balloon. My best one is the comedy god shined down on me for this in Pittsburgh. 400-pound guy is in the front row, and it was a midnight show on a Friday. I'm ossified drunk, and I told the same joke twice. I repeated the joke, and this guy is like this with his Steeler jersey on, and he just goes, "Did it!" Startled me. I went, whoa, like real rude. I sure enough, like I didn't do it on purpose. 10 minutes later, I repeat another joke, and the guy goes, "Did it!" So, I mean, I was drunk, but then the greatest thing happened. A woman who's clearly his date, there was nobody next to him, is coming down. You see her making her way through the crowd, and she looked like him. She was 400 pounds. And I said, I thought of what I was going to do. And I said, I can't wait to do this. You ever think of something like you're going to say, you know, it's going to be like, I was shaking like a kid on Christmas morning. She sat down, and I said to the guy, "Who is this?" And he goes, "My wife." I go, "Dinner!" I said, the place erupted as if Bradshaw just hit Lynn Swan. Erupted. And the guy and his wife got on stage, were coming at me. And Jeff Schneider.
Panic Brothers.
Oh, God. Yeah. And they tried to, like, stop it, and, like, you know, but I was wrestling with the guy. When I saw her coming over, I said, and I thought of that, I said, this is going to be the greatest moment of my life. I should have retired. after I said that. Dinner!
Wow. Fucking brilliant.
I did a show once in Florida where...
The story's already bullshit.
I'll tell you where in a second, because it's one of the funniest parts of the story is that I'm on stage and I ask a question of the crowd, and I don't know what the question was, but somebody in the corner of the room said, "Who gives a fuck?" And
Are you gay?
And I go...
Are you married to son?
This guy's so angry. I go, what are you so angry for? He goes, "Just do your fucking act and shut up." And I go,
"Well, you can't do
how
that.
Can I do my..." And the room is not laughing.
Just
the guy sounds violently angry, and I try to continue on, and then every once in a while I go, "You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Hey, angry guy, you know what I'm talking about, right?" And he goes, "Just do your act," and he won't take it down a notch. And then I continue on, and at one point I go, "Hey, angry guy, you still with me here? Angry guy, is he still there?" And someone in the corner of the room said, "He went to his car. He said he was going to get something." And the whole crowd goes, "Ooh, ooh." And in the back of my head, I'm like, "There's no way."
He's getting his comedian be good stick.
Yeah. And I'm like, "There's no way that can be what it sounds like."
Florida.
And I finish my set. Florida. I get off stage. I go, "Thank you. Good night." I walk off, and the owner of the club grabs me and goes, "Get down, get down." He runs me in the kitchen. He goes, "The guy came back with a gun. Everybody's got to stay in the club. He's got a gun on him." And it wasn't me that he was mad at.
Now they could have frisked him, come back in. They couldn't figure out what it might be.
What happened was, he showed the gun to somebody, because what happened was the last time he barked at me, someone at his table turned around apparently and went, "Would you shut the fuck up?" And the guy goes, You stay right there." He goes out to his car, grabs the gun, shows the bouncer. When he walks back in, he says, "Hey, just so you know, if I see that guy again, I'm shooting him. I'm just letting you know. If I see the guy that just told me to shut the fuck up, I'm shooting him." Yeah. And then the bouncer calls 911. The guy runs out in the parking lot, and when the crowd comes out, they say, "You have to stay inside the lobby. There's a man with a gun," and the man with the gun is in the parking lot of Uncle Funny's. That is the name of the club in Davie, Florida.
Don't say Lauderdale.
Yeah. Uncle Funny's out in Davie, Florida.
That place had great barbecue sauce. I swear to God. I played there with John, son of John, and John comes out of where we're supposed to get paid. He comes out with not all the money and a big thing of barbecue sauce.
Sauce.
Yeah.
Barbecue. No barbecue, just the sauce.
Just the sauce.
Okay.
And I said, "So where's my?" I was like $1,500. He goes, "Listen, I made a deal." I said, "John." If the deal involves that barbecue sauce, I'm just saying right now, we're gonna have trouble. This is the best barbecue sauce. We should split it.
He's gonna share it with you at least.
Instead of $1,500, he was going to give me $600 and half of the barbecue sauce. I said, does he have any blow back there? Like the old Uncle Funnies?
Right.
Like the good old fucking days?
I know of a...
Send my agent a little barbecue sauce.
I know of a violent night that happened at the comic strip. Steve Byrne was on stage, and there was some couple that he was arguing with in the audience, and this guy was heckling him. And Steve used to get really shitty with the audience, and at one point, he's barking back at the couple, and the woman yells at him and says, "Maybe you're not funny." And Steve said, "Maybe you're a cunt."
No. Jesus.
And Steve couldn't see because he's got the spotlight in his eyes.
Right.
He can't see that the guy goes,
too definite,
jumps up, grabs his metal chair, and starts running towards the stage. And the bouncer goes, and starts to chase behind the guy with the metal chair. Big Jay Okerson starts chasing behind the bouncer, and Steve
fresh off the corn tour.
And Steve Byrne is looking right in the direction of the guy, has no idea he's running towards him, and the guy gets a clean shot.
No.
Right on his head. Fuck. Steve goes down and he feels his head, he puts his hand on the back of his head, his hand gets soaked. And he looks at his hand, and it's covered in blood. He needed staples to put his head back together.
For 10 minutes, he could speak fluent Portuguese.
Yeah.
Just for 10 minutes. Yeah, he was a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah. But whenever you hear about something like that going sideways,
sounds like you all have a story like that. Seems like it has pretty much happened to all
a bunch of them. Yeah, there's a ton of them. You know, you got the classic video where the guy hits the guy with the guitar. You've seen that one.
That's an amazing video.
That's my favorite thing.
Everybody knows that one.
That's classic rewind.
It's amazing.
That one.
It's amazing.
That's
it's like the farting preacher. I never get tired of either one of them.
We should tweet that out for the people. We've played that many times.
What became of that guy?
Kenny Moore is his name.
Kenny Moore was his name.
Kenny Moore.
It's a classic video.
That guy's now doing carpool karaoke.
You guys but James Corden went by his original name, Shecky Cumgullet.
Dude, what the that carpool shit? What
Shecky,
the
what?
Shecky Cumgullet.
Cumgullet. I like
that's his actual name.
Cumgullet.
Can you stomach that carpool shit, Artie?
That's great. Yeah, it's great. Literally, his signature bit is something accountants' wives do.
Right.
That's getting Emmys.
It's getting millions and millions of views. They eat that shit up.
Him and Elton John are singing Tiny Dancer.
Yeah.
And they paused. Did you ever see that still shot?
Yes, I did.
Paused, there's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Really?
Wide open.
He should do Tony Danza and get him to sing "Hold Me Closer," Tony Danza. That's an old one. I know that shitty joke.
Two Cock Garage.
I got a call because we forgot to do something. Ed is going to remind us. Ed and Philly, go ahead.
Hey, guys. Hey, Artie, what was your human connection with Gilbert?
Yeah, that's right. We said you ever have a human connection with Gilbert. Then went off.
Thank you. All right. Right after Howard banned him, he realized that Howard had banned him from he couldn't get on Howard anymore for plugs. And that is the weirdest thing that was banned over there. Gilbert, yeah. So Gary told Gilbert they don't have comedians on anymore. And that day, Chelsea Handler was on. And Gilbert was mad. And I said, well, Gilbert, what are you talking about? They don't have comedians on anymore. So that led to me and Gilbert on the phone, goofing on Chelsea Handler for like 4 hours. Wow. One after the other. And the next night, 2 a.m, I get a call from Gilbert. Never's called me once, ever has it gone that way. And he sounded a little lonely, couldn't sleep, and he goes, can we goof on Chelsea Handler some more?
Really? Wow.
I said, sure, buddy.
Whatever you need.
What a bizarre.
That is fucking weird.
What a bizarre.
God, I would love to get inside that guy's head.
Can we talk about how cheap I am again?
And then we goofed on until 6 a.m. I said, I could do that all. Are you kidding me? I could do that all day.
That's like,
wow. That's what he really needed. I think he need to do, like he was going through withdrawal.
Right. Something, right? No.
That's like reading a kid a story because he can't sleep.
Yeah, right.
Got to take care of fucking Gilbert.
Good night, Moon.
There you go, Ed. Thank you, buddy.
Good night, Chelsea.
Yeah, right on.
It's as human as it gets. Are you there, Chelsea? It's me, Talon.
No.
We haven't met. Are you there, Chelsea? It's me, Charisma.
When you were talking about that guy Kenny Moore, I know the legend of that video that he flips out on stage and he hits somebody over the head with a guitar. He hit somebody over the head with a guitar. But did that guy end up? Was he like a working comic at the time?
I don't know. At the time,
Well, he was on stage.
it was in El Paso, so that's semi-working.
The comic strip.
Send El Paso home.
What was it?
Why don't we let's find that. We haven't played it in a while.
Are you there, ratings? It's me, Chelsea.
Yeah,
I was going to say, I thought you were where's the tight pussy joke?
Are you there, Black Cock? It's me, Chelsea.
There you go. It's that one.
Right there. Third one down.
I apologize to anybody in their safe space.
Someone that's at a community college.
Anybody at Brown University.
We'll send you a therapy dog.
This is the best.
Yes, this is amazing. We haven't played this in a while. We'll tweet it out.
Show this to a millennial in their safe space. How stuff is happening. This is how we.
This is so good.
Deal with hecklers.
That's what we live through. Most famous heckler comeback of my generation. It says. All right, let's go.
You can hear it building.
What's your name? Well, you ain't shitting back.
Oh, it says Shreveport. I thought it was El Paso.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if you guys don't shut the fuck up, about 200 people are going to beat the living shit out of you. I ain't kidding. Because we got people who can just take you out of here so fast, man, it'll be like you out in the parking lot going, huh?
Kenny Moore guitar.
Yeah. I know. It's LK State. I seen your license plate. Oklahoma's okay. It's like, you know, may not be Nirvana, man, but by God, it's okay. If you're in Oklahoma, it's going to get Oklahoma.
Yeah,
I guess if you were gay, you'd be in Oklahoma, kind of like this guy. But you know, no, really, don't mess with me, because I don't come down to the bus station and slap the dick out of your mouth.
Oh, here we go. Classic.
Here we go.
The old classic.
Off and running.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Amazing.
Pause.
My favorite thing about this video
coming up is the coming up part.
Oh, it gets way better. You got to listen to the crowd.
That's what
it's
I'm
like
saying.
a free throw shot. It's like a free throw shot. It's like, yeah, and then all of a sudden, energy just drains.
We got to explain it for the radio. So he takes his guitar and just hauls.
He El Kabongs him.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately,
that part's not really on video, but you can certainly hear it.
Spinning around here.
Right. And now you got to hear the crowd's comments.
the best is when he goes, he was coming
This
at
is
me.
my favorite part. What you say? Yes.
Coming at me.
Yeah. Oh, that's over someone's head. His guitar is
and the whole
fucked.
crowd just stops.
That was unnecessary, right?
People are leaving.
Fucking came at me. What do you think, folks?
I can't get ready.
He's trying to win the crowd
The
back.
entire audience. He came at me. No.
If he digs out of that hole, man.
He thinks they're going to be with him.
So, how about those answering machines?
He came at me. Is that guy the juror of the South Carolina trial?
Wow. He came at me.
Jesus. Ow. El Kabong.
Yeah. Everyone's just leaving now. That's it. Show over.
Cut to
That's the greatest thing that dude ever did.
Wait, that's so what?
But cut to Lucian Holt going, I already have a guy who hits people with
So, what are we trying to do here is we're going to encourage you people to explore.
What a reference, man.
Listen, I like it.
Lucian was the guy who ran the comic strip and Eddie Murphy. I met the first night I met him. I had just moved out here. I moved in with Mitch Hedberg. Mitch and I went to the comic strip, and Mitch said, "Oh, hey, Lucian, this is my friend Craig Gass. He's a comedian. Just moved here from Seattle." And Lucian just looked at me and went, "You know how we do things here, Mitch." And he said, "Oh, no, I was just saying he's my friend. Maybe you should shake his hand." And I was like, whoa. And I just felt uncomfortable.
We do things here, and he just starts fucking...
Yeah. All right, you
have to blow Lucian.
Yeah. Now we got stories coming in that want to be told. James in New York, go ahead.
Hey, guys. Love the show. Love you guys.
Thanks.
Artie, I had a question about a bit you did with Stern. It was hilarious. The Queer Eye for the Straight Guys took you out for a makeover, and you got pissed drunk, and then you got really homophobic. I was just interested in some background or fallout after that.
Well, you know me, instant homophobic, just had liquor.
That's true. It's the secret ingredient. Everybody knows it's not really a secret.
Yeah, I'm usually very sensitive to the plight of the gays. No, of course. Listen, I was drunk.
Actually, Artie, as a gay guy from New York, I found that bit utterly hilarious.
Well, yeah. Well, thank you. Oh, you're a gay guy, right? Okay. Well, could you call somebody? Some people at NBC and tell me. No, well, I got drunk and I thought I was being funny, and the show was a big hit at the time, and you know, I said, if you want to fuck me, you can fuck me. I said, you know, they don't want to fuck ugly guys. They like fucking Ben Affleck, these guys. And I called them out. And no one would hit on me because I'm ugly. And, you know,
oh, Artie, I'd fuck you. Don't worry.
Carson. I put out the bait. I put out the bait. No, the best part about it is Carson Kressley looks at the camera and goes, he's getting on my last nerve.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm just about over this. And they had 15 minutes of fame. But I went in the next day hungover. I stayed up all night, and I went in and they had pressure on them because I had to look good. I had to look like they made me over. And you know, I was hungover, and they were so mad at me. And Howard loved it. They wanted to make over Howard.
It looked like they were good sports, but they also looked like they were going to call the ACLU.
No, they were good sports. They were very mad. They were mad at Howard. They thought Howard set them up. And I started drinking. I don't know. I thought I was being funny. I wasn't, I guess.
I thought you were hilarious.
Thank you, buddy.
Sounds like you were hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, all right,
thank
James.
you.
Thank you, buddy.
There's always people like Artie is the most generous guy that I've seen him help out fans. I've seen when people go, hey, can you tell Artie that I met him once? He said it was okay to go backstage, and Artie will go, yeah, let him back. He'll just let people back.
I don't care.
He's a generous guy. And then there's two things. There's like the generous thing, and then there's also people like want to hug him and say, are you okay? Like people want to offer him advice, like, you know, I hope you're okay. Like everybody always is worried about him. I hope you're taking care of yourself, and people are offering help to Artie. So it's like a two-way street. He's doing nice things for people, and then
help from High Pitch Erock.
Yeah, from yeah.
I've never worried about him once.
I know.
You don't worry about Artie.
At least he does not need me worrying about him.
And Vic's the one guy I want to worry about.
God damn.
I love Vic Henley. I always have. Beetlejuice once called my answer machine and told me I was a mess. That's the greatest. I should have said that. I saw you in Vegas. You a mess. Again, I went to rehab in the first group therapy. I said, why are you here? A toothless, retarded, black midget.
That's why.
Who gets thrown by people at bachelor parties for a living said I was a mess. A guy who's currently, as we speak, being thrown by a Guido in Bloomfield, New Jersey. Into a big piece of plywood painted like a bullseye.
Yeah. Wow, that's
thinks I'm a mess.
Is that still a thing where people offer to help you all the time? Do you still have people like that walking up to you?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, but again, they look worse than me.
Yeah.
I've witnessed a couple of those, and he's right. I've been standing right there with him, and then they walk away, and he looks at me, he's like, God damn, is it that bad?
Right, what am I going to do?
I don't think it's that bad. I think you're fine.
It's like Trump made that Asian broad that had a cars, right?
Yeah.
Transportation. Where'd that come from?
That's,
you know, these guys are like my personal trainer, like that guy that did it guy.
Yeah.
They want to say, are you eating right?
I remember that. I remember we did a show in L.A.
Clearly, I'm not eating right.
Eating right.
I had a UPS truck.
I remember Artie and I did a show out at a concert venue in West L.A., and Spade and Norm Macdonald came out. I remember it looked like they were having an intervention with him on the loading dock.
Yeah, like they give a shit.
Spade's got no shit to worry about.
I remember Spade and Norm going, hey, we want to talk to you. You okay? And
I never saw that. But I should leave. I wish I had I put out an album of Spade's answering machine messages, like cutting you down. He was so fun. The first time
nothing better.
Nothing better. Right. I mean, the first time I accidentally thought I was texting like a girl or something. I put LOL after something. He texts me back. First of all, I'll tell you when something's funny.
He does the best me of anybody. He can just conversationally do me flawlessly.
I've heard him do that.
He's amazing at it. It's funnier than me. It's not a stretch, but still.
He used to do an impression of a black sports coat in Daryl Hammond's jacket, Daryl Hammond's closet, like a million of them. He's like,
real.
I started with him. Yeah, I started with him in Arizona, and the greatest thing, when we all do all the open mics, we would all hang around at the end of the night and wait on him to shit on everybody. And it was not a full evening until Spade went down the line and ripped everybody a new asshole and told us all that he was going to be the funniest and be famous, and we were all going to suck. But he could do everybody flawlessly. You know, there was a dude that was ventriloquist. He could do him and the dummy.
Right.
He did them both. Yeah. He had a knack for it. He did some impressions.
I didn't know he was that.
In his early act, he did voices. He did a Casey Kasem impression and a Springsteen thing. But but he's got a good ear.
How great is that he was on SNL for 5 times and you didn't know he did voices?
That's a great point.
For 5 years. I didn't know you were talented.
Yeah. I didn't know he could really cut everyone down.
He was, that was
other comedians, I mean. I mean, obviously going after the celebrities, that was pretty easy.
Very quick.
Yeah, the knife's in and out before you're going, wait a minute, where the fuck does blood come from?
That was such a great bit on SNL when he would cut down all the celebrities, but he got so much heat for that.
The Hollywood
Eddie Murphy.
That he finally said, it was Eddie Murphy, right?
Eddie Murphy said, I'm going to fucking kill. He called
yes. The story that I heard from Norm was he called up and said, tell Spade to come to the phone. Spade kept saying, I'm not here. Tell him I'm not here.
Right.
And the third time he called, he said, I'm driving there. I'm in Brooklyn. If that motherfucker doesn't get on the phone, I'm coming there.
Wow. So
Spade got on the phone, and Spade said to Eddie Murphy, said, listen, motherfucker, I kept that show on single-handedly for 5 years. I'm the reason you have a job.
Which is true.
And he goes, I got friends in high places. I got friends in low places, too. And then he just hung up the phone. And Spade, of course, I think he apologized to him or something.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah. I mean,
That's a legendary story. And then the bit ended quickly after that.
Eddie Murphy's from Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Charlie Murphy told us a funny story on Stir where he came out of the army or jail or what.
It was jail.
And Charlie Murphy came out of jail, and he said to Eddie, he was like, what are you hanging out with these guys for? And he single-handedly cleared out a bunch of losers who were mooching off him, Right. But the Charlie Murphy thing, how much he looks like him is so
and
eerie.
Sounds like him.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
And he was his protector.
I remember the interview with Charlie where somebody said, "Did you recently threaten somebody in the audience?" And he said, "Yeah, this guy was yelling."
This guy.
And I said to him, "Hey, you keep yelling, I'm going to walk off the stage and I'm going to beat your fucking ass. Let me tell you something. Tragedy and comedy are both entertainment. When I walk off this stage and beat your fucking ass, I guarantee you everyone in this room is going to go, God damn, I saw Charlie Murphy last night. He beat the fuck out of somebody. That was one of the best shows I've ever seen. So if you want to keep talking, I will come down there and beat the fuck out of you." And I was like, that's the craziest speech I've ever heard.
I was in a van with him at Bonnaroo, and he had seen Jean-Claude Van Damme was on Larry King the night before. Oddly enough, if you put that together. And Jean-Claude Van Damme was talking about he had this Rottweiler that he had for a million years, and the dog got cancer, and he wouldn't put the dog down. Right. So the dog's going from like 150-pound Rottweiler. He's had all 4 legs amputated. Oh my God. All the hair's falling off the dog. The dog's blind. But Jean-Claude Van Damme is telling Larry King, but when I still whisper in his ear, his little tail just wiggles in the back, and I don't have the heart to put him down. Charlie Murphy is recapping this for all of us as we're riding to Bonnaroo. And he is about to get out of the fuck over the seat. He is so livid. He goes, I'm going to beat that son of a bitches out of fuck you, muscles from Brussels. Because you guys are going to be watching like TMZ or turn on something one day and you're going to see Charlie Murphy just beat the fucking shit out of Jean-Claude Van Damme. He goes, it's going to be a cause of a goddamn Rottweiler. And you're going to know the reason. And he was just fucking livid. I wouldn't cross Charlie Murphy.
Yeah, you guys got all serious talking about him. The whole tone has changed in this room.
Crazy. It was like I realized he was
He was a fucking Navy, Air Force, some Marine Corps crazy guy.
Yeah. And then jail on top of that.
Jail and
the Army. Right.
Jail in the Army. Yeah.
Jail. Hey, you want to play that celebrity thing? All the celebrities coming out for the electors that we joked about earlier. I just want to see which celebrities are in this. As it goes, celebrities beg electors to be heroes and vote against Trump. Because in the end, they still have to vote Trump in. When does that go down?
I don't know.
Do you know the date? Very soon.
Yeah,
Monday.
They vote Monday. That's why they're doing this. Okay.
Monday the 19th.
So there's a video out with all these celebrities. We want to just take a quick peek at this.
Republican members of the Electoral College, this message
right,
is
we got
for
Sheen.
you. As you know, our founding fathers built the Electoral College to safeguard the American people from the dangers of a demagogue and to ensure that the presidency only goes to someone who is to an eminent degree endowed with the requisite qualifications.
An eminent degree. Someone who is highly qualified.
What's her name again?
Deborah Messick.
The Electoral College was created specifically to prevent an unfit candidate.
Who's this guy again?
James Carville.
There are 530
I did a movie with him.
of the
That's Dat Fan?
Dat Fan. Yeah.
Just 36 other
the guy from ER. Gary Delabate.
By voting your conscience on December 19th.
thereby shaping the future.
Better Call Saul.
I'm not asking you to vote for Hillary Clinton.
Dixie Chick.
I'm not asking you to vote for Hillary Clinton.
Skater.
I'm not asking you to vote for Hillary Clinton.
Moby.
As you know, the Constitution gives
that guy
the right to vote for.
Well, who do you ask us to vote for?
Any eligible person,
gotta vote for
no
somebody.
matter which party they belong to.
But it should certainly be someone you consider especially competent.
Especially competent.
Loretta Swit. Hey, what happened there?
As President of the United States of America.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Voting
those blowjob lips.
Chelsea Handler's a cunt.
Republican electors can give the House of Representatives the option to select a qualified candidate for the presidency.
I stand with you.
I stand with you.
I stand with you.
I stand with you in support and solidarity with conservatives, independents, and liberals.
Jay Moore.
All citizens of the United States.
The American people trust that your vote.
Ben Kingsley.
Moby.
Moby.
Yeah,
you will make yourself heard.
Who's that?
The constitutional responsibility granted to you by Alexander Hamilton himself.
No, I don't know. That's not
evident is that Donald Trump has
Mike Farrell
more than the qualifications to be president.
From MASH, Mike
He
Farrell.
lacks the necessary stability.
And clearly the respect for the Constitution of our people. You have position,
the authority,
and the opportunity to go down in the books as an American hero.
who changed the course of history.
So
you have my respect.
You have my respect.
You have my respect.
For your patriotism.
And service to the American people. Unite for America.
Not a morning goes by where I don't wake up going, I hope I have Noah Wiley's respect at some point.
I can't continue throughout my day unless I know what Edith Bunker.
This doesn't have a shot, right?
No. They couldn't get Bowie's Heroes to get played behind it.
Yeah. It's like Trump is paying them to do it.
Right.
They're so fucking annoying.
That's there's a more effective video, and it's somebody who claims to be a member of the Electoral College explaining why Hamilton put the Electoral College in place. I don't know what the name of the video. It's something Hamilton Electoral College.
So Hillary Clinton could get elected.
Yeah. It's
what do they think is going to happen? Like, what is their argument?
If it did go to the House of Representatives, they just allow the election to stand, probably.
I would assume.
He's a Republican candidate. They got a Republican majority.
Yeah, of course.
Waste more time, yeah.
It would create some havoc in this country.
The argument that the person who made the video, who was a member of the Electoral College, was to put any other Republican in besides Trump.
Well, which one they want to put in?
Yeah.
I don't know. K6 name came up.
Right. Is that why he was trending the other day?
He signed a law to allow the abortion. You get up to 20 weeks.
Oh.
In Ohio, yeah, he did a thing where they wanted to go with the heartbeat,
right?
And you can't do it, and then he let it go to 20 weeks.
At what point are you killing a kid?
That was his compensation.
He went to 20 weeks.
He's a religious nut. He's a religious nut. Who wants him in the vote?
He didn't like Fargo. Fuck him.
No.
That's true.
That's right.
That's all I need to know.
He likes the Grateful Dead, though.
No, see, I like other people doing the Grateful Dead better than I like the Grateful Dead.
John Kasich did a really funny video with me that I did with the Chili Peppers and all the bands that I performed with at Rock on the Range, and Kasich showed up to watch the Chili Peppers, and I pitched him the idea, and he was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And he filmed the thing. It was just all the bands giving me shitty advice about how to perform at a concert festival, and Kasich's at the very end giving me a speech.
What does he say? What's the gist?
I just said, well, I tricked him a little bit by saying, "Can you just tell me don't be scared?" And that's all I need. It's just don't be scared. And he
I'm
goes,
going to vote for president for a guy who you tricked.
number one on my list of criteria.
Got a bumper sticker.
Right.
Okay, so Craig Gass tricked me.
Fooled by Craig Gass.
I went to do this video. Now I'm the president of the United States. What the fuck happened?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I'll send you the video. He ended up giving me a speech because every time he said, "Don't be scared," I just kept saying, "But I am." And he goes, "Well, you can't be scared." And I go, "But I am." And I just kept prodding him to keep talking to me. And then he gave me a speech and said, "Listen, let me tell you something." And he gave me a little speech, and I was like, "Thank you, John." And I walked away. But
that's not that bad.
It's a nice little motivational moment they gave me. But yeah, he was cool about it. But that's the name that was being thrown out was Kasich. I can't remember the other Republicans.
What do they think is going to happen with Trump? What does Martin Sheen think is going to happen?
Well, like the guy is tweeting Vanity Fair today, and his priorities seem to be with his temper and not with.
Well, if the electors go against him, then what's the next move? You know, Vic?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Do we have another vote or
Noah Wiley's in?
Do we vote again? Is there a special?
It's spelled out according to how the Electoral College is explained. It's spelled out in a way to stop moments.
Can you imagine Monday this really happened?
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Come on. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think it has a shot.
I'm so glad I can't vote because I'm a felon. I didn't have to get out of that fucking thing.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell people what I'm doing.
Because you're a felon.
Yeah, I'm a convicted felon. I can't vote. And, I'm very proud of that.
There's a couple of great Artie quotes today. Sweet release of death.
right. That's the best one of the day.
Holy shit.
If you take a swing at an LA cop and they pull a blow in your pocket, you can never vote again.
Shit happens.
Get off your high horse. Take the stick out of your ass.
Yeah, really.
Oh, wow. Look at it.
10 or 11 shots of tequila. Everybody wants your fucking car keys.
What is this?
President. Yeah, right. She's saying, because she's getting,
that was on November 9th in the morning.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
She was,
Black Santa.
How great is it that any leader,
Michael Jordan fucking crying meme? You've never seen the Michael Jordan?
It's the Michael Jordan crying meme on Hillary Clinton's.
It's everywhere.
I never look at a computer.
More people know Michael Jordan for that at this point than the fact that he's a great NBA player. It's everywhere, that damn meme.
All right. I gotta go take insulin.
Oh, really? Are you leaving us? Just like
I gotta take insulin.
These Howard Stern guys, they just leave when they want to.
Take insulin.
They take their bags and they get out of here.
Tail end of my career.
Another guy taking his bag and leaving.
Mysterious bag.
Yep, mysterious bag.
I don't want to look at this.
He's got a bag that has his insulin.
Artie, thank you so much.
Why is he crying?
He
just realized he had to give his ex-wife $300 million.
That was nothing for him. Are you kidding me?
Got it in his
It's
front
good to
pocket.
see you, Artie.
That was his Hall of Fame, right?
I love you.
See you, I love you too, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, Artie.
I love you, buddy.
I love you, Artie Lange. Come back and see us. Fucking Artie Quitter on the Twitter, the Artie Quitter podcast.
I'm going to do some sit-ups and come back.
Merry Christmas, Artie. Merry Christmas.
There you have a few more minutes left.
We should just play Christmas music.
Right? Should we just play something?
Either tomorrow or the whole show just play Christmas music.
Well, tomorrow we're totally fucking around. It's the last show of the year for us.
Maybe the Struts will play a Christmas song for us. Do you know offhand if they happen to have some sort of...
No, a Christmas song? If you guys wanted to say, fuck it, let's play Scott Weiland's Christmas song.
Speaking of insulin...
I played the Pogues one again the other day. Remember with the Fairy Tale of New York? What's the only Christmas song where
Scott Weiland has a Christmas song?
Are you kidding me? You don't know this?
No. One of my favorite quotes ever in the entertainment business story quotes is Scott Weiland walking into that drug bust on the Lower East Side, and it's the feds are raiding this apartment, this drug house. Scott Weiland walks in, and the feds look at Scott Weiland and go, "Can we help you?" And he goes, "Just here to buy some drugs." And they go, "Okay, come with us." And he goes, "Okay." And they threw him in the paddy wagon. They took him away. He was just so high that he just said, "Listen, man, I don't want to bother anyone. I just want to get some narcotics, and I'm cool." And they threw him in the paddy wagon and took him out.
I'm going to turn you on to
which one? It looks like there's
the most wonderful time of the year. He did a whole Christmas album.
I did not know any of
this. But his
version
of the most wonderful time of the year. Who did that originally? I think Andy Williams. wonderful time of the year. Why don't we do that? Fuck it. Craig Gass, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, and the Struts. Thank you for helping me get those guys on the show.
Man. You wrote me and said, let's do this. And I said, fuck it, let's do this. I quickly learned about them, and I fell in love with these guys. Their music's great, and they're going to do
out
2 or 3 songs for us tomorrow.
Check out anything about the Struts online, and you'll trip out. It's crazy how cool they are and how much of a throwback they are. That singer, it's frightening. He looks and sounds like a young Freddie Mercury. It's fucking frightening. And the Stones, Guns N' Roses, everybody loves this band.
No, you're going to like it. If you like live music, you're going to love tomorrow. Craig Gass will be back tomorrow. Vic Henley, and don't forget Dueling Gilbert's online. I'm telling you, we're pushing this video harder than usual because it's really
I've been posting it everywhere too. That moment with Gilbert was incredible. All the info for the shows that's coming up, Kirkland Performance Center, and in Houston, I'll be there for Super Bowl week, and that weekend of Super Bowl, I'll be performing at the Comedy Showcase. GetGas.com. GetGas with 2 S's.com.
All right, and Vic Henley will be back tomorrow with Chuck Nice, an old friend, is stopping by. You know good. Chuck very well.
Absolutely. I know him all the way back to his porn name, Charles Kindness.
Oh, it was a sweet release of death.
I haven't seen Chuck in a while. I love Chuck Nice.
He's a great dude.
And we got Mike Bichetti. We got the Struts tomorrow.
Bichetti!
It's going to be a great show to wrap up the year. It's the last show of the year.
Former Marine, Mike Bichetti.
We're going to put that video together. Paul, over the holiday, we got to finally put that video together. It all fell apart, and we felt bad for the guy because he really believed he was a Marine. And then the Marines had to call and say, dude, you're not a Marine.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Bichetti.
Oh, he didn't mean anything by it. It was one of those moments.
People were trying to call him on Valor, Stolen Valor?
Yeah, but they were trying to be nice because they know he wasn't. He really believed that he actually was a Marine. He went to boot camp for a few days and thought that was enough to be a Marine or something.
Once you showed up at Paris Island, if you make it a few weeks, then you're in.
I went to visit Artie on his show when Bichetti was sitting in with him, and Artie used Bichetti's second chin as ad space.
Wow.
For
listen,
promos.
Because we're on a tight schedule, we got to play the song right now. But I want to turn you on to this. Scott Weiland, check this out. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.